just talking about how fucking non-existent our dicks are in Speedos, and I still don't think I could fit in a rat's ass.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Zach, take a guess what I ordered today to maybe record a skit or record a TikTok or, some sort of video content.
I have quite literally no idea where this could be going.
You say that, but you do have an idea. What's something in your world, in your expertise, that people are purchasing right now and talking about right now? A physical product from the TikTok world that could be purchased.
I have no idea, Kevin. I'm not even joking.
We are buying.
There's 100 of those. I get those all the time.
I bought the TikTok leggings.
Why?
Trying to make that.
What are the TikTok leggings?
Trying to make that ass pop.
Yeah.
Trying to just fucking get double cheeked up.
Because guess what? As I was walking, you'd already told me about this today. And as I was walking to work, there were
saw a pair?
Three gentlemen. I don't know if they're the TikTok ones or whatever.
They're gentlemen?
Yeah.
I don't think they were these.
There were three gentlemen hanging out, and one guy.
I mean, there's definitely ones.
I didn't know it was a man because he had a hat on, and or maybe a hood up or whatever. I couldn't see. It was from his back, and I was like, "God damn, that's a nice ass." And then
it was a guy.
And it was a guy. And I was like,
"Yeah."
I was like,
okay. Kevin, I don't think those. That's not what your ass is gonna look like,
Zach.
But
you'd be surprised, brother. We'll see. We'll find out.
I think we have to put the kibosh on this right now. We already got to stop with this. Not your skit, but just like we can't allow men to be wearing leggings because there's
canceled.
I mean, like
disagree.
There's just too many times where I'm like, God damn, that's a nice.
Is this frequently happening?
No, it's only happened once, but
that's one time too many.
If it starts being a trend that everyone's wearing leggings,
John,
it's going to be happening a lot more times, Kevin.
John, that's how it starts, John. That's it. This is what I'm telling you, John.
All
right.
Yeah,
next thing you know, it's
what Zach said when he was like 15, and then
next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. You're hanging around, man. I don't know. All right.
Leggings are leggings. A hole's a hole, man. Whatever.
If it becomes
it only happened one time, but there's only one time for you to have it.
Dude's got ass. Like,
we've been hiding it.
We've been hiding it. This is what the road we're going to be going down, man. I don't know.
I mean, you're the one that wants to wear. So we got John in a dress. We need something to get John a dress.
Yes,
we get you in the leggings.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Now we'll just get you on. So you guys won't do dances, but you'll do thirst trap. Leggings TikTok.
To be honest, I'd rather just stand there in leggings than do a dance. Yes. Those.
If you have a nice ass in leggings, that's
a
furious.
I mean, I can assure you. Listen. They've been talking about these TikTok, they call them the TikTok leggings, which I'm sure if you're a girl who's been wearing yoga pants and leggings all these years, you're probably just like so annoyed because they're just fucking leggings.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if I think these ones do have some lift or some shit that's supposed to help you out.
That picture definitely had some lift to it.
I mean, every time Fat Kid Steals tweets out the picture, I'm like, could you cut it out? You got me horny on the timeline again from a fucking mannequin. I realized this many years ago. I realized I was attracted to mannequins.
Okay, yep.
What?
I thought you were attracted to mannequins. Yeah. It's like, okay.
No, when I was at Fordham, is when I realized that there's a difference in the mannequin world. There are like the white people, like white girl Victoria's Secret mannequins.
Okay.
And then there are like the mannequins you'll catch on Fordham Road in the Bronx, and those mannequins have ass. And those mannequins have fat asses where I'm like that's the kind of, I want that girl. I want to marry that mannequin. And then these TikTok leggings, all the ads look like those asses. So.
It's also specifically that color. Now that
well, I think I did get that specific teal.
Yes.
I do believe we have that coming. Yes.
I mean, that ass is bananas.
Bananas. I mean, that's truly like the Kim Kardashian. Like you could put a fucking cup on it.
It's like this mannequin over here with a fucking big old dick on him.
He's got a fucking hog on him.
Oh yeah, that
looks like a potato in there. I remember specifically, I want to say maybe Bloodsport, one of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, Bloodsport or Kickboxer. There's a scene with him in like some tidy white, or he's in like a jockstrap. And just got I think they put a potato in there. And I remember being like a boy being like, yikes. Like, I don't look anything like that. Dude, I've got a pussy compared to this guy. I'm in trouble.
It was like your tweet the other day with like, we're all in this.
Did you feel that way? I remember feeling, hyper emasculated.
I know. I never thought about it until that picture, and I was like, oh.
We when we did the toboggan challenge, we bought like $300 like ski racing.
They're spiders.
Yeah, they were like really nice. What are they called? The ski suits? Not skis. Whatever.
Yeah.
Tight spandex suits, and I remember being like concerned, being like, shit, like everything's gonna be out and exposed. And then we put them on there, and not a dick to be seen. Not a dick or a ball amongst the four of us to be seen.
I said like they're legitimate moms with like
camel toe bigger than
fatter
ours.
lips than I have a dick.
Like Khloe Kardashian's got a bigger bulge with her fat pussy than I have with my dick.
Dude, I was watching fucking.
That's bad.
What was it? Who's
Zach
the porn
ran
star?
away from the mic. I'm out.
Dude, I was watching.
Yikes.
You know Danica Mori, the porn star?
Oh.
Yeah, right. Best. She's awesome.
Wait. Let me just say. Do you know Danica Mori's husband, the porn star?
Okay, that's my problem. Okay, so he was in a fucking Speedo. And I was like, dude, you don't see a problem with this? Like,
In public?
But I don't know. He's at the beach, but like.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. Like,
I mean, he just had his dick wrapped around his waist. I was like, just don't wear Speedos, dude. Like, your dick does not fit in a Speedo. Like, it just doesn't fit.
That guy's dick is, I mean, this body armor bottle, if you're watching the video, is like half the width of his dick. His dick is enormous. That guy fucked his wife so hard. Yeah, she cried. She cried, John. You know how hard it is to make me uncomfortable during porn? I was like, I don't think I can watch this. It was a husband and wife, though, but I was like, all right, so this is like all good, but goddamn, take it easy with that thing. It's a weapon. But he's a problem when he's performing, when he's doing porn. Take that thing out in the real world. It's almost like when you talk about a basketball player where you're like, yeah, it's great to be 7 foot tall on the basketball court. And then in the real world, you can't get in a plane. You can't fit in a bed. Clothes don't fit you. Same thing with that guy. It's like, yeah, this thing is awesome to fuck your wife and make millions of dollars on porn. And when you want to just go to the beach in a bathing suit,
If I saw that guy at the beach, I'd call the police. I would absolutely just call. I'd be like, I don't know what law he's breaking, but there's definitely one.
We gotta find something, officer. He littered. Get him out of here. Get him off the beach.
There's something illegal about what's happening on that man's body.
That thing
you
is
deal with it, but like there's a situation you need to come handle.
That thing is a problem. That's yeah, like, so this all came up because Nick and KB wore them over the weekend too, and again, not a dick to be seen. And it's like, Jesus, how much do you really have to be packing in this world? You know, I don't need to be known as the guy with the huge dick. I just want, I want you to be able to see it in a Speedo. Yeah, I want you to be able to see it in a fucking spandex. But yeah, I'm hoping that in the leggings they're popping. You know, that's why having good dick day boxers are so clutch. When you have boxers that make your dick look good, it's like, this is the only time it does look good. You know, the only
person who's gonna see is me.
That's all that matters.
That is true.
It's not about really having a big dick. It's about walking around with the confidence of having, of thinking you have a big dick. You know what I mean?
Any confidence would be great.
Just a shred of it in any department at all whatsoever. I got none, man. My body, I reached a point. I actually scared myself this weekend. Where I mentioned it in the interview with Joel McHale that we got coming up next. Whenever we talk to Joel, we seem to just start like opining about life and growing old and weird philosophy and shit. But I have been waking up in horrible shape.
I'm shocked that this has just happened.
It's not. I know what you're talking about. I've woken up like stiff neck or like, oh, I don't feel great. I'm waking up like borderline incapacitated. Like, this thing happens to me now. I wake up, I can't close my hands.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Very new for me.
I've never heard of that one.
It's almost like it's almost like, what's that called? Arthritis.
Rigor mortis?
Yes, like rigor mortis and arthritis.
You just lay down for so long, your body's like, oh, I guess we're dead.
Yeah. I think I tripped, because it happens when I have a good night's sleep. I think my body's like, finally, we've been waiting. Here it is. He hasn't moved in 8 hours. It must be the day.
Yeah.
He's fucking dead.
All right, we'll start shutting it down. Close it up at the fucking power plant.
It's when you work the late shift. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll close up.
Yeah.
You go home, I'll take care of it. You flip the fucking sign on the door an hour early and you start shutting it down. I wake up and my knees, actually, was this on the live show? I talked to Kelly Keegs about this. Kelly Keegs, that giant bird, she has some of these issues too, where like if she lays flat with her legs, she gets like the hyperextended the wrong way. That's happening to me, where my knees are bent in so much that I wake up and I bend them back the right way, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm bending my knees. I can't bend my fingers. My back hurts. And I'm like, what? So now I'm starting to get scared that I'm reaching the point of no return. So I have to get in shape.
I mean,
and I actually not get in shape, but I have to put a dent into this thing here. And I actually have hope. I have hope for myself because that's always how I've been. I waited to the last day to study the test. I wait to the last minute to get the chores done. I've waited, and I've just done that on a grand scale of life. I'm waiting until the last minute where it's like, I'll turn it on. I always got the good grade. I always got the job done. I will get the body where it needs to be so that I don't die. I'm not saying I'm going to turn around and be hot, but I won't die. I'm not going to die early. Not early. Here's my promise. Unless I get a disease that I can't stop, I will not die tragically early. That's my solemn promise to you.
Okay, I'm not making that one.
Tragically early? You think you might die tragically early?
If I went to a doctor tomorrow, they'd be like 6 weeks.
We've talked about this before. What does it take to be tragically early? Where does tragic come in?
Do
we ever have an answer on that?
I think it's under 40.
Under 40? I think if you die in your 40s, it's tragic. If Dave died right now, you don't think it's tragic?
I mean, but that's that. If a regular 40-year-old dude died, I don't give a shit. I don't know.
That's just horrible, man. That's just horrible.
Why?
I mean, it's just so mean.
It's not mean. Is a regular ass dude who doesn't fucking matter at all in this world. Yeah, I don't care if he dies. I'm not saying anyone specific. I'm just saying there are plenty of 40-year-old men who contribute nothing to the world. If they just died, I wouldn't care.
Woo, baby. I think the problem is it's when I get good night's sleep that it happens to me. So I think it's too infrequently that I'm getting a good night's sleep.
I think, sorry to keep going on. I gotta just defend this 40-year-old thing a little bit. I think tragically early. I don't think you're tragically early if there's no more potential. If at 40, you pretty much are what you're gonna be.
Yeah, I hear you. It's like tragic often implies he could have been he was gonna be a MVP or she was gonna be she's gonna win a Grammy, and it's just
if they wouldn't say at your funeral he wanted to be blank when he grew up, you're grown up. You are what you're gonna be. It's you didn't have these fucking aspirations of being a pilot anymore. That ship sailed. You don't have 2020.
You're not an astronaut, bro. It's not happening. Now, and we're just gonna look past the fact that his children are probably crying in the corner. That's fine.
Sure. I mean, I feel bad for them, but I don't give a shit about him. It's just yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. You worked at Jiffy Lube. Congratulations.
Man.
There's nothing against Jiffy Lube. I do have things against Jiffy Lube because they fucking oversell me every time I go there.
There's guys working at Jiffy Lube listening right now being like, oh.
Well, I mean, you make a great living. It's just,
No, you don't. I
think you make money. I mean, I assume
working at Jiffy Lube, you don't make a great living.
I assume everyone who knows things I don't makes money. I don't know how to change oil. I go in there every time. They're $300. I've also been once. I don't know why I keep saying every time. I think I've gotten one oil change.
I think
it
costs $30 to get your oil changed. So you shouldn't.
Yeah, but then there's always something with the always again. It happened
one time.
With the I don't think it's the cooling system, but there's definitely some vents.
Fan?
Yeah, the fans and vents.
The belts.
Yeah.
I walk in there, they're like, the air fryer. The air fryer's busted. You got to get a new one. I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah, no doubt. But I was saying with the good night's sleep.
Mustache, I think. So itchy.
Well, you had a full block of cream cheese in it before.
Really?
Yeah. It was like I don't think you actually ate any of the cream cheese because I think your mustache brushed it off before it got to your mouth. It was an impressive amount of cream cheese on your mustache.
I'm struggle sitting right
You are, man. You are. Your nose. I think you're gonna get me sick,
dude. I woke up this morning and you talk about waking up in pain and stuff like that. I woke up this morning at probably like 8:30, 9, something like that. I laid in bed in the full fetal position for 47 minutes.
47 minutes.
I know. I know. I got
Hungover
it.
or no?
No. I got up at 9. I was hungover yesterday. Took care of that though. And then I just laid full fetal position.
Did you cry?
No crying. Come on.
I'm like, that's outside the realm. It's a rarity when we don't cry. But when you get a good night's sleep on a real bed, you don't have to curl up in the fetal position for 47 minutes just to get out of bed. When you wake up and you're like, you should be feeling refreshed, but your hands have rigor mortis and your knees are broken because they're inverted.
My girlfriend
rest
came
assured, your bed is not a quality bed.
She came into the room and she goes, "Oh my God, is everything fine?" I was just like, "Yeah, it's just
Monday.
It's just morning time.
It's just time to do this again, man." But when you do get it's crazy the difference when you get a good night's sleep where it's like you are like ready to go, like a very novel feeling.
Yeah.
That to me is so infrequent. But if you have like a real bed, a nice bed, it's probably all the time. It's crazy that we don't invest more in beds. Beds should be like your main fucking purchase. I mean, it's like we talk about with the haircuts. It's like it's the hair always on your head every single day. And people are like bragging, like, I get mine for $11.99. It's like, yeah, okay. Yours looks like it's $12 haircut.
I would have guessed.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
I'm not like, whoa, really? I'm like, no, I figured that.
Anybody who'd ever be like, yeah, man, I got my mattress for like $60. Like, well, you're just torturing yourself because the thing that you spend the majority of your life in is garbage. Get yourself a real mattress, get yourself a Helix Sleep, and that's gonna change your entire life. And I mean that like quite literally. What you do with Helix is you take a quiz that's 2 minutes long, and then it'll match your body type and your sleep preferences to the mattress that's made for you. So it can tell based on your body type, like, I don't know, you got inverted knees. Well, here's a mattress for you that's not going to let your legs bend backwards. And you sleep on your stomach or this way or that way, so you need this mattress and match it with these pillows. And they know that everyone is unique, so they have different mattresses to choose from. It's not just some sort of one size fits all. They even got the Helix plus size mattresses for the bigger people. Because,
Really?
yeah, I mean, think about that. It's like, you know, you got
Probably
light
could use
people.
one of those.
Yeah, that's. You think you're in the plus size mattress range?
I'm definitely in the dangerous BMI area.
So then I would imagine.
So I don't know if I'm technically plus size, but I'm not regular size.
Certainly not minus size. I know that. Yeah, you're probably in the plus size range because you're dense too.
Yeah,
I can see you putting like a hole in your mattress.
I remember in college I was morbidly obese
In college.
according to the BMI.
I mean, you were probably a lot better in college, no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now,
But I was also like, it was one of those like, you know, I don't know. It was just like one of those like charts where you're like age, weight. And so like I was in shape, so it didn't, it was like,
now it's all different based on.
I think it was height and weight. Yeah.
Do
like
you
the-
sleep on, how do you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, or do you just roll around all over?
Roll
the place?
around all over the place.
Yeah,
Make
you-
a fucking meal of it.
And are you soft, firm, or like somewhere in the middle? Mattress-wise.
I am right now. Talking about my penis.
Oh. Well, I go to bed soft and I wake up firm.
I don't know, that fucking dude's ass is still in my mind.
Let's get out of this ad read so I can comment more on that without getting in trouble. Go to helixsleep.com/KFC. HEILX.
By the way, I tend
sleep.
to be more firm than soft.
I bet you do. helixsleep.com/KFC. $200 off all mattress orders. Ooh. And 2 free pillows.
Hell yeah.
That's like, and if you get good pillows, that's expensive. So 2 free pillows and $200 off your mattress when you go to helixsleep.com/KFC. If you need a bed and some pillows, and they got a 10-year warranty, and you can try it out for 100 nights risk-free if you don't like it, and then a 10-year warranty if something goes wrong in the next decade. Imagine calling up someone like 9 years and 10 months being like, there's a problem with my mattress. Yeah. You're a real asshole if you do that. So give it a try. helixsleep.com/KFC. We are currently 300 subscribers away from 50,000, our first benchmark on the way to hopefully like millions. But our first level is 50K. And when we get there, John has to host an episode of KFC Radio, meaning he's got to lead it and do the segues and the ads and all of that.
Get ready for a lot of silence and Irish voices.
If you want to hear that brogue, hit the subscribe button on KFC Radio on YouTube. 300 more to 50K, and we get to hear, oh, Johnny.
Thank you for your time. The pillows thing, you're right. It is. When I recently bought pillows, I got them at like Target in Times Square. Like I don't get like fucking nice ass pillows. And I remember like walking up to the register, 2 pillows, and the woman, I forget what the price was,
$400.
but I was like, no,
It's only 2.
no, it's just these 2 pillows.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no,
I know, bro.
I know what it is.
I actually, that's one of those things. I like. I was gonna say it's one of those things that I like the cheaper version of. Like sometimes I think the fancy version is the lesser version. I don't necessarily think I like cheap pillows because like there are just like paper ones that suck.
right.
But when they are like just fluffy feather pillows,
Well, I just suffocate at night.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
I like ones.
Why would
and,
I
and I
want-
also don't like the memory foam. I want like just a almost like a couch cushion pillow that's got some like sturdiness to it. Probably a lot of pillows that other people would lay their head on and be like, "Ooh, this is not." I'm like, "Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that. That's that good." But those fluffy ones that are legit just feathers. Like back in the day, they used to just like kill a fucking bird and put the feathers in like a fucking pouch and here's your
First pillow was actually a goose stomach, and they just stuffed it with the feathers.
Look at me in the eye. I think it's a real one.
Nah.
Made it up. Fuck. I couldn't believe that one. Couldn't believe that one. I like this game. Keep it up.
Okay, I got another one for you.
This is like Snapple facts.
Well,
Fiddleberg
you
facts.
did it. You brought it up today. I almost said it when we weren't on air because I don't know. Sometimes I just say things not into microphones. And you said, what was it? Oh, when Sudeikis corrected himself about it's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where that one comes from?
Like the phrase when people say that's nuts. No, tell me.
I forget what year it was, but it was old.
I thought you were gonna say I forget what it is.
Old time, like I think it was in Britain. Nutmeg was a big thing, and people in nutmeg factories used to go crazy.
Made it up.
I don't know. I actually forget if I made that one up.
That one's real. I was gonna say that's like too crazy to be fake.
It was like it was my mom. Was taking like a sociology of food. She takes. Remember she?
I knew this. Yeah, she said
She came out about
this.
about cannibals or something like that.
Yes,
but she was just talking about nutmeg.
yeah,
and
Polly was on that Army Hammer shit way before. Army Hammer.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that's where nutmeg. I think she said people in nutmeg factories used to go crazy, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's where the term nuts went from.
I know you know this. What's the nutmeg state? Come on, this is a KFC Radio classic. Remember?
Connecticut.
Yeah. That guy used to call in and be like, it's like Connor from the Nutmeg State, as if it was like well known, like everybody knows.
The first person ever to say the nutmeg state with sincerity.
Sudeikis, though, I think Sudeikis is pulling off the impossible. Stop doing that.
Okay.
People are gonna complain. I think Sudeikis.
That was very like father to child. Stop doing that.
Yo, let me tell you something. Just a quick little aside, Podfather's aside, before I get back to the Sudeikis thing. My son is gonna be a fucking problem, and I'm gonna have to just like throw him in the Hudson soon. We were at the grocery store, and then I'm getting him back in the fucking car seats. The day that my kids can get out of the car seat, we're throwing a fucking party. I'm thinking about just putting them in the car and being like, let the chips fall. The car seats, especially in the
I'll
winter.
drive the speed limit.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
I mean, really, what are the chances I get in the car accident? So like as I'm getting Shay in, you gotta keep your eye on him. And this kid starts running. And I thought he was going to go right out into the street. I don't know what he was doing because he did stop in time. But I was like, Dad! And I'm like, stay on the sidewalk. And he looks me dead in the eyes and he goes, sidewalks are boring. It's like, okay. All right. Then see what happens in the street, little man. Go have some excitement in traffic.
He's got that, I think, Danny Amendola mentality. Amendola was like, talking about like punt returning once or something like that. He's like, yeah, I love punt returning. It's like, I haven't had that much fun, like something along these lines. Where like since I used to play in traffic or whatever. I'm
Right.
Like,
What? Okay, psychopath. And then I had a moment of true temporary insanity this weekend. I just let my kids play with a bag of flour.
Why? Why did they want to?
Because they're weird. Shay's weird. Shay was like, she asked me she's like, Dad, what does flour feel like? And I was like, it feels like really, really soft powder. And she was like, I've never felt that before. And I was like, okay, we're going to fucking feel it. We're going to experience this. So I got her a bag of flour. Do you know how messy kids playing with a bag of flour can be?
I could guess.
Yeah, you could guess, right? Like, so could I, but I just still did it anyway. And Keegan, he was doing the LeBron. He was just going, I'm watching it, and he was like, look at this. And I was like, stop that. And he just went, did it again. And I was like, fucking stop that. And he looked at me one more time and just went, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? I can't beat you. You know, I'm yelling at you and you're not responding. You just don't respect my authority at all.
Yeah, like
I've exhausted my options here.
yeah.
I got nothing. I got no other tricks up my sleeve.
I have been pushed to the brink. I'm out of stuff. I guess you're just gonna keep doing it.
and then even I got to the point where it was so crazy. I was like, all right, we're done with this. And even Shay was like, okay, Keegan, like let's go play. And he was like, no, this is fun. And she was like, it's getting really messy. It's a 5-year-old girl being like, this is a fucking nightmare.
This is at your house?
Yes.
Your apartment?
Yes.
And I imagine it's all still there.
You know what? I just got the vacuum out and I was just vacuuming the table and shit. It wasn't as bad. But she was like, Keegan, it's too much of a mess. And Keegan, as he's playing, just goes, don't worry, Dad will clean it up. And I was like, oh no. I've just lost control. He knows exactly. And there I was vacuuming like a fucking sucker. Like a goddamn idiot. Anyway, Jason Sudeikis. You know, if there's any relationship in the world, celebrity couple that breaks up, and the girl is as pretty as Olivia Wilde, and as like cool as she is, and like we know that she like fucks like crazy, like we know that she's like the golden. Girl,
that's not speculative, like,
right?
It's just
like,
something she's said.
And that girl goes on to date like a musical and sexual icon of our time. You know, that sucks. And yet, I don't feel bad for Jay. I'm not like, oh, he's down bad. I think he's holding his own in this breakup. Is he winning the breakup?
I would go so far as I'm more envious of him than I am of
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Right now, if I could say you could be one or the other, you picking Sudeikis over
Olivia Wilde?
No, we'll keep it male to male.
Oh.
You could be Harry Styles. You could be Jason Sudeikis. Who you being?
Probably I don't Harry Styles, but like Harry, like
It's funny that you wanted to compare to Olivia Wilde. Though. You want to be her to fuck Harry Styles, don't you?
No, because I'm like she's in a relationship with like she's like 40 some odd years old in a relationship with a 26-year-old rock star. I'd be like, this is exhausting. Whereas Sudeikis is just smoking weed on the couch and winning Golden Globes.
I said this on 1 Minute Man. I think he's like top 5 like guys I'd switch lives with right now.
You just like his sneakers.
I actually wasn't thinking that. He does have a good sneaker game. I think he's that perfect level. Like he actually, when he puts on a red carpet show, puts on the suit and does the hair and shit, he's fucking hot. Yeah. You know? He's not like, you don't think of him as like Brad Pitt, you know, but when he wants to be, he can turn it up. But then he can also just like hang with like I'm a normal guy. And he, you know, he does this thing on the Golden Globes the other night, like he's clearly a little high, puts on a hoodie and has the Ted Lasso mustache. And I think girls are kind of like, ooh, and guys are like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Ass guy.
Like he's and I think he has a kid. He has Otis, right? With he at least has one kid with Olivia Wilde. But he doesn't seem that old, so I'd still trade with him. He's pretty cool. He's way up there on my list right now of like that dude fucking killing it.
It's a fair place to be, and also I mean like Ted Lasso is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean the reason why he won the award for it, not that the Golden Globes are that big of a deal, but like
he's
beating out Eugene Levy and he's beating out Rami.
Who else was it?
It was Eugene Levy, Don Cheadle, Rami.
What was Don Cheadle for?
He was in some show that like didn't really because it was a movie I think that was like I don't know, you know, didn't really. Are they all TV shows? Yeah. So I don't know. Then I was gonna say it was a movie that didn't get popular because of COVID, but I don't know what he was in. So clearly not that fucking good. but yeah, like I mean, Sudeikis is on a. It's just to hold your own in a breakup where the girl goes on to Harry Styles is like you're putting on a fucking display.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're not winning it because again, this is tough. But the fact that it's almost like when MGK battled Eminem and it was like, all right, you didn't win, but like, you know, you went 12 rounds with them, you know? If you're holding up against Olivia and Harry Styles.
Yeah, I think the only way I'd win a breakup is like if like my ex-girlfriend started dating like a lizard. I'd be like, all right, I think I'm good right now. That's it. When it comes to the only thing worse than dating me would be dating a lizard.
Why did a lizard come to mind?
I don't know.
It's the grossest animal possible.
Yeah, just a slimy amphibious. Are they amphibious? Reptilian.
Didn't Nick just correct us on this like a couple episodes ago?
That was with an iguana, not a lizard.
Pardon me.
But
Pardon
I
me.
believe they're of the same family.
Yeah.
The cold-blooded family. I don't know, man. Don't go fuck a lizard. I'll win.
So I had a harrowing moment. I'm gonna see if it's still possible. I would sincerely hope it's been removed. But I woke up the other night. It wasn't that late. I went to bed early with my kids because, as I mentioned, they are motherfuckers. And so I roll over at like 11:30. But I had been asleep for like a couple hours at that point. And I see this DM from this cat, and it says like, KFC, I know you've seen the video of the guy fucking the rat. I need to see your take on this.
What does that even mean?
And I was like, God damn it. Because I was asleep and I hadn't, my legs
fucking its mouth or its ass? With pussy, I suppose. I guess there are female rats.
And so these things are all going through my mind.
I feel like he's got you.
I'm like
it's definitely it's a high risk, high reward situation to fuck a rat's mouth. Because he might bite it, but I just feel like that's probably the easier hole to get in. It's probably the biggest hole on a rat, right?
Definitely. I mean,
It's everyone's biggest hole, I think. In my experience.
Belladonna.
Yeah.
Belladonna's at least
But even
tied.
her ass is usually
It's
fucking
tied to their mouth.
Huh?
For the most, usually it's.
Yeah, good small.
I gotta see if I can find this.
I don't know.
I need your reaction.
We were just talking about how fucking non-existent our dicks are in Speedos, and I still don't think I could fit in a rat's ass.
Jackie's full time. Are you so happy? Is your family so proud of you? Is your family so proud of you?
Not to brag, but I couldn't fast fuck a rat.
So I can't find it, and I almost need you to see it to like maybe tell me.
Dead? If I had to choose, I'd choose a dead rat over a live one.
Definitely. I'm gonna go with like it was not real, like it was a mouse like toy or something.
Okay.
Because this was.
You think maybe you just roofied it and it was lifeless?
No, it was like hollowed out. Imagine. This is the best way I can describe it, and I'm proud of myself for coming up with this description. Imagine it was actually a mouse, not a rat. Which I think
definitely couldn't fuck a rat's ass. A mouse's ass.
I was gonna say mouses is even harder. You know, mouses are even tighter. That rat pussy's loose. Mr. Betsy, God damn it. So imagine if there was like a novelty, like a joke mouse condom.
Okay.
Imagine if you had like a condom that you put on and it had like a little mouse head at the top and then like little arms coming out.
Okay, so he was fucking its ass.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so.
Put some context clues there.
And I honestly think that's what made me think it was fake, because I was like, you can't fuck a rat's ass. Like, it's just not possible. If it was his mouth, like, we could maybe figure this out. But imagine if you just had like a hollowed out mouse and he was more like, it was like a.
You're just jerking off with a mouse's ass.
It was like he was rolling the condom on and rolling it off. No, he was fleshlighting what allegedly was a dead mouse.
Oh wow.
And I had a moment. So this was, I'm waking up and my arms are broken, my hands won't work. And as I sit there typing through the rigor mortis, I'm like, this is what people think of me. Like the internet. And,
hey, bro,
and you
just
reap
want
what
to
you
get your
sow.
take on that fucking mouse getting fucked.
Right. And I get it. You reap what you sow, and this is the reputation I've built for myself. But it's not like, hey man, like, what do you think about like that move, in Syria? Like, what do you think about that? Like, it's like, I want your take on this like geopolitical moment. No. Someone's fucking a mouse. I gotta talk to KFC about it. It's like,
but like, here's the thing: as I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, come on, Kevin, let's find it.
I know, I gotta find it.
I'm like, I'd like to see this.
Man,
I'd like to give my take on
mouse.
this.
Yeah, like we gotta find this. Man tortures mouse. I mean, I don't think it's torture, unless you really didn't enjoy it. I mean, I guess
I mean, at the very least, it's rape.
Well, if it's alive, if it's dead,
Ooh, you can still rape a dead person.
can you? There's an interesting question. It can't give consent, but it also can't resist.
Yeah,
It can't like say no.
I think it's rape if someone doesn't give consent.
But if they can't, like, if there's no consent, you know.
Let's
so all right. Every time
let's-
if I fuck like a fleshlight, am I raping it? It's an inanimate object.
Well, twist. Okay.
It never
Get me
had
onto
life.
your side.
It never had life, but
I just know it's illegal. How about that? I don't know what they
I would argue
pin on you.
I don't think that should be illegal. I think you should be able to like fuck a dead thing, and then it's like you're fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll keep an eye on you. Tag that thing pre-crime. We'll watch you for later. We'll follow you like because you're gonna go do something illegal. But I don't know. You want to just be a creep? So let me just before I even read that. So the DM said, "Yo, please tell me you've seen the guy fucking a dead rat video. There needs to be a reaction from you on this ASAP." And so I tweet like, I hate the internet. I hate this so much. Of course I watched it. Of course I looked for it. But I got the funniest reply. Let me see if it's still up there. Because this one guy, this is great. He just goes, I am a sane human with morals, and I refuse to Google search and watch that disgusting nonsense. However, if it were to happen to be in the comment section and my finger was to experience an involuntary muscle spasm causing the video to play, that would be out of my control. And another guy says, well, I'm a relatively sane human with, quote, good if flexible morals. Last time I witnessed bestiality was when Mr. Hands was fucked to death by a horse. I was fascinated by what would drive a man to do such a thing. Then I found out there was a documentary. I was curious and horrified. And I'm just sitting there reading these two have a conversation like, what is my life?
I get down with animal stuff.
How has it gotten to this point? Man fucks. I mean, come on. Like how much more context can I give the internet here? Man fucks rat, man fucks mice, man. Like, I just can't believe it's that hard to find. I must have got it like right before it deleted, you know? Let me just do one quick man fucks rat, you know? Let me get back to. I mean, these are things that I do feel like I have to watch them. I'm like, I am compelled. Like, I must. I feel like there's a problem. I feel like it's a problem when someone says, like, have you seen XYZ? And I'm like, no. I feel like I must see these things.
Like really fucked up things or just anything in general?
Kind of just like, we are lords of the internet. We are the keepers here. I must know my like, realm. I feel like I can't not see it. Yeah, I think they deleted all of them.
They didn't just delete it, then they burned down the fucking server, wherever the servers that hosted it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reactions, you know, but I'm gonna go with that it was fake, and that it was just like a toy that the man, because I mean, we'll fuck anything at this was like a grown man, not like a kid, but you know, when you're young, it's like, oh, I'll fuck that candle if I can, I'll put it in anything.
Remember the kid who fucked the fish?
It was very much like that.
Okay.
But
That got
smaller.
us in trouble, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like Barstool? Was it Smitty blogged it, I think?
I want to say Smitty or Nate, one of the two.
Why did he get, I guess just because of bestiality?
Yes, John. That's yes. Why would it not have gotten us in trouble?
I don't know, man. I didn't fuck a fish. That dude fucked a fish.
That is true. I mean, we didn't get in trouble for fucking the fish. We got in trouble for posting the fish fucking. That was gross. And it was a similar event, but it was a mouse. And I'm just gonna have to go with I think that was fake. Just for the sake of my goddamn sanity.
Just for the belief in the human race going forward.
Right, man.
Because like that's one of those things too where I think you have to. I don't know. We're not treating subjects. That's one of those things where, like, I think you can accidentally fuck a person sometimes. Where you're just like, it's just like it just kind of happens. You know what I mean? Where you're like, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. But like, it's pretty easy to fuck a person. So this is a consenting person, by the way.
Gonna say let's clarify that.
But
well,
like,
when you're just making like bad, you have
yeah,
like
you made a bad decision,
boner brain,
but,
and you're like, yeah,
it's easy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's a lot of steps that go into preparing to
A dead
fuck
animal?
a mouse in particular. Like, I mean, I gotta feel like if you're spreading a rat's cheeks with two fingers, like you got like there's a part of you that's got to go, all right, we got to reel it in.
We gotta call it a day here. This one got away from me. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
definitely.
agree. Like if there's a if there's a
get in this
oh my god. Because if there's another willing consenting party, they're doing their part too.
Right.
So it's like, oh my god, this is my ex. I should not be fucking her, but she's trying. Or like, ooh, this girl's like, really gross or something, but she wants it. And like, so
someone at least is trying to encourage you.
Right. This
There's
is
no one
This
there.
is just you
Yeah.
continuing to push forward, and nothing is slowing you down. That's where it almost like the JJO it counteracts itself.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like that's what I'm trying to do here, man. Well, just do it with your hand first before you do it to that goddamn that other thing you're putting it in that you shouldn't be. Jesus Christ, this one really got away. I wanted to talk about like award shows and stuff.
Yeah.
That was literally my plan, was to talk about award shows. The award shows,
Award shows are crazy, right? Anyway, Golden Globes weren't very popular.
ratings were down. You think if they made fleshlights, you know how they make we were talking about with Nick, like the dragon. How about this? Okay? If you heard that a young lady had a dragon dildo, do you have a problem with that? No, right? If that young lady found out that you had a mouse that you fuck, a fake one, would she have a problem with that? Yes, she would.
Yeah. I think
That,
it's
my
different.
friends, is a double standard.
I don't think so.
It very much is.
Well, the rat, the
Okay, fine. What if she found out that you had like a tiny little dragon that you fucked?
Yeah. Nah, you're right. Double standard.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
If you told some girl, literally, if I was at a bar with some chick, we're like drinking and we're getting drunk and we're having like, crazy conversation, and she's like, I go home every night and I fuck this dragon dick, I would be like, tell me more.
Yeah.
And then if it was like, okay, yeah, you know what I do? I go home and I fuck this dragon pussy. She would call the police. She would get out her mace and be like, call the police. Double fucking standard.
It is. You're right. Because I thought that maybe
Bullshit. We're understanding. We understand that shit gets kinky and weird sometimes.
when you first brought it up, I was like, well, no, because that's a very myth-based fantasies, and like you could actually go fuck a rat. But no, even when you change it to fucking dragon's flaps, I'm still
Right. No, I fuck a unicorn. No, it doesn't matter that it's mythical, John. I'll tell you what's happening here. I'm going to let you behind the scenes here a little bit. Our next sponsor does not like being attached to too much risque shit, and I can't get out of this. I have to put a good 5 minutes between this topic and our next sponsor, and I have no end in sight. This podcast may never end. I have no idea how to segue out of this to something sponsor friendly. So Dragons, Game of Thrones, they used to win award shows, man. They really just don't have the same juice they used to.
Nah, people don't care anymore.
No, they don't.
So
John.
let's put in 5 minutes on it.
Do you remember the days? Where people did care about them, John? We used to all live tweet them and we would gain like 1,000 followers a night, John. We used to watch the Oscars and the Emmys, even the goddamn MTV VMAs. People care, John. They cared.
VMAs were big.
The ratings were huge. The social following was epic. The retweets were amazing, John.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the hosts were good. The musical acts were good. Remember, John, the days.
The golden era.
4 minutes and 15 seconds left. The golden era of award shows.
We get to tell our grandkids that. We lived through
Yes.
the golden era. We would dress up in tuxedos and watch
Goddamn watch
and
parties.
do them on watch parties.
Yes. I mean, I remember it being like, what are you doing, Sunday night for the like the big game? What are you doing for the Oscars? What are you doing for the Emmys? What are you doing for the Grammys? And now,
Forgot it happened last night.
I mean, I even worse, John. Even worse. I knew it was happening and just chose not to watch it. Now I know it's particularly because of Corona. That's really bad. But the award shows in general.
Yeah, well, I mean, without any red carpet Nah, I'm just not.
I guess that might be it. But even before,
I used to
shit-
like the red carpet more than the show.
Yeah, me too.
I'd start watching Ryan Seacrest on the red carpet like 4 p.m.
I mean, they for the big shows, E starts the red carpet at noon.
Yeah,
It's wild. It is absolutely wild. We should get hired to do that. They should put us on the red carpet.
I'd like that.
I think we would.
I would accept that job offer.
Yes.
If Entertainment Tonight called me and says we'd like you to host award shows, well, not host award shows. Basically, I'd be like Joan Rivers. Like,
Yeah.
I'd just be like, I'll just
Like
fucking-
Fashion Police. Like
Yeah.
when I mean, it sucks. They can't even do that anymore. They got in trouble, right? Right before Joan Rivers died, she got in trouble, right?
Yeah, but she didn't give a fuck. She's like, I'm just gonna die.
But I don't think they do that anymore.
You're like, oh, you're gonna cancel me? Watch
I'm
this.
dead. God, that'd be great. Just killing yourself before you, or not killing yourself, but dying before you. I feel like if there was a red carpet show with normal people talking normal things, it would go a long way.
Yeah, like I wouldn't wear a suit for it. Like I'd be there with like chips on, like chips on my chest, and like
Do the
a
Sudeikis,
stretched out sweatshirt, and I'd be like, that dude looks like shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Like,
they should do it. We're at the red carpet, but they set up a couch for us.
Yeah.
and we sit on the couch. We
Okay,
dress
just
normal.
sitting there like a fat ass. Like, I hate that dress.
Yes. Yes. And then like also, like we don't know what we're talking about. So these people are like, "Oh my God, that's the 2017 Valentino repurposed as a 2021." I'd be like, "Your pants look funny.
Yeah, that
Your
silhouette
dress-
doesnare work for you.
Your dress is too poofy. I don't like how poofy it is." And I think it would kill. I think people would be like, "Yeah, man, those pants are weird. I agree."
There's a bunch of glass shattering moments for celebrities walking. Like, oh man, I didn't even realize, but he's right.
Yes.
Fuck,
We could ruin some nights.
I do look like an
Could you
asshole.
imagine like a normal guy? Yeah, he'd be like, "Fucking told my agent I look stupid. I told him the pants were puffy. I didn't listen. I should have listened to the normal guys. I should have listened to Steve, my friend
Should
from high
listen to those
school.
guys who fuck rats. 5 more minutes on the clock.
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. I literally knew you were gonna do that. I literally knew he was gonna reset the clock on me. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to ruin it because I knew you were gonna do it. I was like, what if he resets the clock? He's gonna reset the clock on me. He's gonna reset. We're never getting out of this episode. The goddamn rat fucker clock. It's like one of those there has been 0 days since. Like, reset it, flip it back to 0. Fucking goddamn.
Rat fucking is a term though. Rat fucking is a political term.
Oh!
Yeah.
What, meaning?
It's like basically just like
This is one of your facts, isn't it?
no. I
it a real
actually
one?
recently watched All the President's Men, and like it was like a Nixon strategy, or like one of Nixon's strategists came up with it in college. Which basically, it's basically just like
Filibuster?
no, it's like you just make up lies about your opponent.
Oh, he fucked a rat?
I guess probably yeah. I'm gonna just search.
I'll be honest, here's the thing.
So I think we're
If-
good.
if-
I think
I was gonna say-
if we just transition to political talk, I think we're okay.
But here's the thing. If rat fucking is just a political thing where you talk about your opponent's fucking a rat, we're still talking about rat fucking.
No, here's
Yeah, sabotage or dirty tricks. But is the dirty trick that one time a president said, "Hey, that guy used to fuck rats," because then we are again talking about literally fucking rats?
I don't think so. I think it's just like this is political sabotage or dirty tricks. But
Well,
I think it's like
Let me
outright
tell you,
lies.
This was about Watergate as well. So you're telling me that deep throat and rat fucking were from the same goddamn scandal? One of the worst moments of my life was talking about Watergate
By the
with my
way,
mom when she said
fucking
deep throat.
Deep Throat gets again. I didn't read the book, so I only saw the movie. Deep Throat gets a lot of credit for doing basically nothing.
What, deep throat was the one who like spoke like whistleblower or something?
Yeah, but like, see, so it was.
Why did they call that?
I forget if it was Woodward or Bernstein.
Which came
But-
first? Which term came first? Like
What?
deep throat meaning like dick sucking or this deep throat?
I would imagine him.
You think?
Yeah, back in what year was this? Was it the 70s?
71 or something?
Yeah,
like that?
back in like 71, people weren't deep throat. They're just putting their mouth on it.
I feel like that's not true.
You don't think so?
Wasn't Linda Lovelace
5 more
like,
minutes.
early? Yeah. Damn it.
God, I almost had us out.
And I don't even know if we really did, but it felt that way. It felt like we were close.
We're like, oh, we just talked about a book for 30 seconds. We should be good now. Anyway, Deep Throat, like when he, again, I forget, it's Robert Redford's character. I forget if he was playing Woodward or Bernstein. But like he kept meeting him in fucking. By the way, All the President's Men is a great movie, but he kept meeting him in parking garages, and he'd just be like, "I can't answer that question." Well, so he like every single he did not give like a bombshell or anything. At least in the movie, there was like never like a really important thing that he told. It was just like I think he actually did coin the phrase "follow the money." But that was like I think that was his biggest advice was follow the money.
History and etymology. From the nickname given to such an informant in the Watergate scandal by Bob Woodward, born 1943, U.S. journalist, from the title of a pornographic film, 1972. So there was a porn in 72 called Deep Throat, which is kind of weird that in 73 there was a scandal and they just gave him this name. You know?
Yeah. Woodward and Bernstein were like, what should we name this guy? Like, it's on TV. Okay.
Right.
Deep Throat.
Right. Imagine if there was a scandal in the 90s and you did this. Be like, what's our informant called? Like Anal Whores 5. Yeah. I remember my friend had a 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes on the clock. I remember my friend had a porn, probably VHS, maybe a DVD. And it was just called "Fuck You Ass Whores 5." Fuck you, ass whores. Not even. It just felt like a fuck you. You know, like fuck these ass whores. Fuck them. 5, part 5. I mean, that's a goddamn. Yeah. How else are we gonna kill 5 more minutes? Last episode, was it last episode we had that fateful question?
2. That was
2 episodes ago. We had the worst question of our show's history. And we had 7 minutes before there was a buffer. It was 13 minutes after our last sponsor and 7 minutes before the next sponsor. So we had the perfect timing for that voicemail, which was just absolutely not sponsor friendly. And but that was a big to do, by the way. We were debating. Well, we were not debating.
Yeah,
other people, other powers that be were debating, trying to get us to remove that from the show.
That felt good.
We were so right on that one.
That one was like I stand by my art.
Yes.
Stand by the cancer video. I'd fuck him. 5 minutes.
We were told. We were told.
This is a game. This is a game now. I never want this to end. It actually is also kind of harrowing because I'm not going out of my way.
I know.
It's just happening.
What's gonna happen is like we're just gonna do a 2-hour podcast and at the end we're gonna read 5 ad reads. We were told anybody else at the company. No, there's a couple other people obviously at the same level or ahead of us that would have carte blanche. But anybody else in the company, they would have told them you are taking that out of your show. We were given the option, like, you guys, it's your call, but we would not put it in there. And I was like, thank you for your advice. We're leaving it be.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a conversation. It was like, yeah, we'll leave that in, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
done. Yeah. It was like I always cite it, Ron White, when he says, if you can stand on your own 2 feet, look your friend in the eye, and say, fuck you, I'm doing it. I'm like, okay. And we did that. And I mean, not a problem at all.
Not even a one.
Not even a little bit of a blowback. Oh, we just got a bunch. And that's a testament to the listeners. Like, there was nobody snitching. There was nobody tagging, the haters of the world, the Julie DeCaros of the world. You see, I'm number 1 idiot of the month.
You are?
I am number 1 idiot of the month at Deadspin.
Oh, God.
I beat out Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is number 2. So
he's 3.
Oh, who's 2?
I think Adam Silver.
So just so we're clear, leaving your state in the middle
Of a crisis.
a crisis,
Yeah.
And pandemic.
After,
also,
by the way, like mocking other states who went through power source crises and all that shit. Not as bad as tweeting about an internet hoax.
It's like
They even said in the write-up, I'm just going to read it for you.
yeah, let's do it.
Because they even mentioned they were like, 2013 was like so many internet lifetime ago's, and I was like, not for me, man. It's been 1 for me. Not my fault that you haven't fucking been around long enough.
They acknowledge that it was, but they acknowledge that it was.
But in the sense, they were like, Clancy's excuse was that this has happened many times before. And they were like, yeah, back in 2013, which is like ancient. And then Dan had the good point. He's like, well, then when you dig up our jokes from 2012,
yeah,
which way does it work, you dumb fucks? So this is from Deadspin. They also do this now. It just says the staff. I'm like, who fucking wrote
you
this?
fucking
Put your name on it,
cowards.
you cowards. Kevin Clancy knew what he was doing was idiotic, did it anyway, and then tried to play it off.
I don't think you tried to play it off.
Listen, I knew what I was doing was
Also,
idiotic. Like, everything's idiotic.
Also,
We're
I did
talking
the
like-
same exact thing.
I know, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Literally the exact same thing. I deleted it earlier, and I threw out the caveat in my original tweet.
And you
That's
will
it.
delete.
I said I will delete this if Tiger's actually hurt, which he isn't.
I do like this nickname. Clancy, the internet slime artist from Barstool, better known as KFC, reacted to the news of the Tiger Woods car accident by tweeting, "Hoax City, population 1, Tiger Woods." 3 minutes later, as more news broke with the crash being confirmed by law enforcement, Clancy went back and added Hoax City, population 2, Tiger Woods and the LA Sheriff's Department. Now that's a funny joke, making fun of how I was wrong with the first one. Those tweets have since been deleted, although screenshots still exist in the replies to his non-apology. "I got no problem admitting when I got bad tweets, jokes / moments. Might be the first good joke KFC has ever gotten off. He deleted the Woods hoax tweets, quote, because it's upsetting people, so it's gone." Really? Well, yeah. Literally, that's why I did it. I didn't want to delete it, but yes, I did do it because of that. If that was the standard, KFC would simply delete his account because his entire persona is upsetting people. Well, 50%. So 50% will like it. This is the guy whose bio is Hater of the Year 2009 through present, and whose pin tweet, which refers to his magnum opus, is a thread titled "Yankee fans are the worst," which is nothing more than cell phone pictures of Yankee fans captured off of television, some looking kind of goofy, but generally doing nothing to warrant such treatment. That was the first time I read that part.
That is. Also,
First of all, who doesn't fucking hate Yankee fans? Like, if we can't unite upon that, deadspin assholes, then we can't even ever coexist. If you look through that thread of Yankee fans,
there's no one who's like, "Oh, this guy was just minding his business in the
not a
ballpark."
one, not a one. And because I actually usually make sure of that. A lot of times people will send me ones and I'm like, no. You need to be a fucking creature before I post it.
Every
and they
single
all
one
are.
of those people has said a racial slur within 24 hours of that picture being taken of them.
Then he goes on. Boy, they wrote a lot. KFC defended. Okay, KFC defended his having called. I know that's not wrong, but this is weird wording. KFC defended his having called the Woods crash. That's just weird English. His having called. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. I get what they're saying now, but
Yes.
it's bad.
A hoax in the first place by citing several previous instances of athletes having been reported to have broken both their legs in a car accident that were revealed as hoaxes. Of course, that was a thing in 2013, which is multiple internet lifetimes ago. Just look at how many iterations of this website there have been. And in those cases, the initial reports weren't coming from actual reporters who identified themselves as working for actual media outlets, let alone the LA County Sheriff's Department. Now, couple things. One, you motherfuckers haven't been around long enough. We have been. We are a victim of our own goddamn longevity. And two, we were on that story faster than anyone when the initial tweets weren't from a law enforcement.
There was no law
If the
enforcement.
very
It was
first
just
tweet
like
was the LA Sheriff's Department, I wouldn't have said shit.
It was
some random guy.
It was like a random guy who, I think he said he was formerly a reporter. Like, he wasn't even currently a reporter. He didn't have a blue check mark. I believe he said he's formerly at Fox Business or something like that. I forget exactly.
Right. So
what.
he was kind of a weird, shady character. So again, stand by all of it. This is the ending here, though. Nick liked this part. In other words, it was extremely easy to tell from the jump that the Woods news was real, not a hoax. Again, really quickly, though, no, it wasn't. It just straight up wasn't. If you were on it as quick as we were and you know the shit that we know, it just really wasn't. But KFC decided to be a shitheel about it anyway. Oh, boy, that wasn't the end. Hang on. Where's the good part? Okay. Barstool's KFC is the one man who could make Colonel Sanders' KFC look good. These people should go fuck a rat. 5 minutes! Next segment is brought to you by Miller Lite. Whether you are an idiot whether you are an idiot of the month. See, an idiot of the month wouldn't drink Miller Lite. You know what I mean? An idiot of the month would be a moron drinking another beer that's not the best taste with the least filling. An idiot of the month would be drinking some shitty craft beer that tries too hard. An idiot of the month would be drinking some fruity seltzer that's all trash. How about the original light beer? I can't be idiot of the month because I drink Miller Lite. Inherently, it just doesn't work. You can get all your Miller Lite delivered right to your door right now by going to MillerLite.com/KFC. That has all the delivery options, whether it's DoorDash or Drizzly or whatever you use, Go Puff, whatever they're called. They all will deliver Miller Lite right to your door. You can get I like the Miller Lite cans, to be honest. there's something about the Miller Lite can.
It's a very cool logo.
Yeah, it's better in the can. I like the like a cold can of Miller Lite to me is like the peak, the pinnacle. It's the original light beer, and it's always been about bringing you and your friends together, whether it's in good times or bad, whether it's serious times. I got a bone to pick with you about actually this whole thing, drinking and good times and bad times and all of that. And so maybe we'll open up some Miller Lights to discuss it. Miller Lite is the great taste beer with only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. However, you and your friends are enjoying that Miller Lite, you can have a great time with the original light beer by going to MillerLite.com/KFC and find the delivery options near you. Celebrate responsibly. The Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. I watched another round.
Okay.
I believe that you portrayed that to me as a comedy.
No, I don't think so. I said.
Would you not say, Nick, that it was?
I thought it was the way you described it. It sounded like the movie Tag, kind of. Like I thought it was like a buddy comedy. Like, it's all drinking.
Yeah.
Not,
So I went into that being like, John loved this movie. I think it was
a great movie.
Well, yes, but I was expecting it to be, and there are like some moments that are like quote unquote funny where they're drinking and like they get a little too out of hand with it and stuff. But my goodness,
I mean, I started by saying that it's 4 guys who are stagnant and depressed.
Yes, but I thought then it was like they drink and then it
There's
becomes
4 of those in here right now.
And then I mean, there's death and domestic incidents and stuff. And I was watching it and I was like, boy, they are really going to have to dig out of this hole to make this comedy funny. And like 2 more incidents in, I'm like, okay, I'm not watching a comedy. Okay, I'm watching a deep, dark alcoholism movie. Okay. And it is good, but I was like, boy, did I misread this one. It's because I remember thinking when I was under this impression that it was because I was like, this is just not a good idea. Like if you were to try this in real life, it would get out of hand.
For sure.
And it
did.
did.
Yeah.
Did you see the Columbia professor who just recently put out an article saying everybody should do drugs?
No.
It was interesting for many reasons. His like thesis was like everybody should do drugs. And it's like just because some people can't handle it doesn't mean that like I should be penalized. He's like, I do heroin. I smoke a little bit of crack. I'm like constantly on opiates. I do hallucinogenics. He's like every few weeks, every couple months, I go through withdrawals, but it's worth it. And I just like maintain a safe amount. And I feel like so much better because of it. And I should be able to do that if I want to. And
strong arguments.
And then also it's funny. So what else was interesting is like the New York Post writes an article being like, professor says do heroin, and it just has these quotes that are like professor said, quote, you should do drugs, like, and that's it, And then I read a GQ article, which was like the full Q&A, and he has this whole thesis about like, he's a black guy, and he's saying like the, like writing prescriptions is like an inherently racist institution in America, that it used to be doctors who like would give white people the drugs and not the black people and like all this shit. So it goes a lot deeper than just like, you should be able to do drugs. And like they characterize it as like, fuck yeah, just party, man. When it's really like, if we controlled the drugs differently and correctly and not with some of the old like prejudices, that it could be better, I guess. And, but ultimately, yeah, he was kind of just like, I can control. I mean, and really that's the same thing as another round. It's like, if you could control it, if you could just keep it to 0.05, it would probably work. Yeah. And if people could just do heroin every now and then maybe it'd be fine. But people can't. And I think we have pretty much proven that as a society. There's no self-control. By and large, huge swaths of society cannot handle this.
There's like that headline that there was in the New York Post article the other day, I think probably Saturday they tweeted it, where it was like, study finds that fast food, cheese, and sugar are more addictive than heroin. And I was like, imagine being a heroin addict. And it's not. It's not.
Well, it's also more like maybe it is, but it's not as goddamn destructive. It's like it's just not. It
is. They're like, oh yeah, like
we tested it on a couple rats.
Opiates are pretty good, but have you ever had brie? Like, no, you can't not put down brie.
No one's ever like strangled their mother and stolen brie out of her purse. Okay, no one's ever threatened to kill a loved one over some fucking manchego. Jesus Christ. What do we got? Where are we at on this godforsaken podcast? We got to do. I mean, how far in are we?
We're 103 in. We're going to talk
We got Joel
about
McHale and
Taylor.
voicemails.
Top five.
Top fives.
Voicemails. Joel McHale.
Okay, so top fives. We'll just do it.
Just do it.
I mean, again, the original idea was we were going to talk about Sudeikis, and then we were going to talk about the Golden Globes and television, and then we were going to talk about streaming services. So this top five was going to make sense. It doesn't anymore. But whatever. It doesn't matter. Because guess what? Top fives are just a gimmick. It's just a gimmick because people like lists, and then we get to put out a nice little shiny graphic, and people go and they debate about it on our social media, which ups our engagement, gets our followers, and people go listen to our podcast. So it doesn't matter if there's a good segue or not. So top fives today. Top five streaming services in the game today. We did talk about it a little bit on the rundown. That's where the rundown had happened normally. On the rundown, you don't talk about fucking rats. There's the problem. So, but we did say how, like, we talked about cutting the cord and getting rid of cable and saving money. And now you just pay for cable in a different form.
Yeah, that shit.
It's like, oh, cable's $150. I'm not going to pay for that. I'm going to pay $15 a month for 10 services.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same goddamn thing. I pay for cable still because
I do both. Yeah.
I was going to try to make like a,
I would say like my entertainment budget per month through the roof. It's got to be like $400.
but also,
Right?
much
For
like
everything?
much like I say with your haircuts and your bed.
It's what I spend most of my day doing.
It's like if you told me when I find out there was a time where like a huge chunk of my budget was like Uber, and I was like, ugh, just transporting myself from place to place was like my most expensive thing. If my biggest budget is like watching awesome entertainment, okay,
Yeah, I'm fine with
That's
that.
fine.
I'm also fine with Uber.
well, as long as you're doing like good shit, I guess doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Yeah, we know.
my money situation is
Yeah, we
always
know.
just like cost what it costs.
Yeah,
I don't
nah.
know. I've never sat down and done a budget or anything like that.
Never. That's why I always say if you want to like steal an identity or steal a credit card, like don't steal my identity and like buy a fucking car. Just like pay your groceries. You know, I'll just never notice that like there's a couple $100 extra a week gone. I'll just like, I don't know. I don't have any money. 'Cause I never have any money. You know. But I want to make a concerted effort this year. Last year I tried to do it, and I was like I had that 15-second delay watching sports on like a Hulu service, and I was like I can't do that, but I can do that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy because I
But
actually
I can't like last year. I remember like there was a Mets like a walk-off home run, and I was 15 seconds late, and I was like, I can't have this. But I was like, I can have this. Come on, I can do this.
perfectly fine to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm someone who I have cable, but I've not set up cable boxes because I don't think it looks pretty. So I have cable.
That's even crazier. So you don't have. I do use cable for one thing, and that's like Mets games.
But I also need it to like download a lot of the apps I have on my TV.
Oh, you can't have internet without having cable?
No. Like I like when I log into
Oh, like Showtime on demand.
Whatever.
Oh, I think you can though. I don't think you need cable for that.
Really?
I think so. I think there's a way around that.
Oh, well, it's just
Yeah,
the easiest way to do it.
So
Like,
what you
like,
so
when I-
what
like,
you
when-
do?
even when I download,
so
like,
you get
NBC.
cable, subscribe to Showtime to then have the streaming service Showtime Anywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to do that. No way.
It's like
I think
not.
you can just go right to.
But it's not
Showtime
like I
Anywhere.
put like my any new credit card information in. It's just like I download the app. It's like, what service do you have? It's like Spectrum or whatever.
Yeah, I feel you, but I'm pretty sure there's a way around that.
Have you,
That
even
would
like
be
for like
crazy.
NBC,
Because that'd be like double dipping.
like I
but
download.
no, for like NBC, you get like the Peacock thing. You know, you just get like NBC.
But what about
Peacock.
ABC?
I'm sure ABC has like ABC Plus or some shit. I don't know. I think they all do have it by now. I might be wrong on that, but I also I don't think certain. I think if there is an app that exists for it, you don't need to also subscribe to cable. But what do I know? Because I'm just an idiot who pays for both. So I do think there's a bunch now. I think that some are better than others. I was just tweeting about this the other day. I think I have a pick that I think is off the reservation for most people, but we'll go through it top 5 streaming services today. I'll give you the first pick because I'm a gentleman and a scholar.
Okay, number one, easy, Netflix.
Yeah.
Like that's
It is the bona fide first overall pick.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a can't miss prospect.
Okay.
Whereas
No, it's not a prospect. That's like a
yeah,
franchise cornerstone.
it's Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
where it's
that's
like,
no, I wouldn't. Oh, I guess in terms of drafting, yes. But I'm saying it's like it's so far into its tenure now.
Yeah.
It's like having a LeBron almost. It's like it's the gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
It became, for a while at least. I will say that the other like Netflix and chill was a thing when like that just meant like stream stuff and chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now there are other names. Like the market share has kind of like dipped a little bit, but Netflix, it's the king.
It's the cornerstone. I mean, it's what Netflix also just is so cool in the sense that like it destroyed Blockbuster. I don't know why I think that's cool, but I do.
It ruined lives.
Yeah.
No, it did. It was the first. It like it was the trailblazer for sure. Because they used to do physical discs as well. Netflix originally was like
I remember that.
DVDs.
You
sent
can only
to
have
your
like
house.
3 at a time.
Yeah, 7.
7?
Yeah, I used to get 7. I was
Oh
burning
yeah,
them
you were
all.
burning them.
Yeah.
But the I just love like was it Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy them for like $50 million or something like that, and they
All-time
passed.
I mean, I think that will go down as the worst business mistake ever.
What do you call it? The fucking Victoria's Secret is a pretty bad
That's a
one.
bad one too.
That's a pretty
Bad
tough
too.
one.
Yeah, what exactly is that? The guy just had like
He like sold it for like
$1 or some
pennies.
shit, right?
Like
Yeah.
I think he sold it for like $1 million,
Yeah.
and within like a year, it's worth like $300 million. He killed himself.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with number 2 because I will say about Netflix, it is the gold standard, but I am watching it less and less and less.
For sure.
It used to be like, what's the new Netflix show? Have to like be in on it, and now it's like, just what is the new show? And it's you find yourself asking the question, what service is it on? Much more now, because it used to just be like Netflix. It's on Netflix, you know. I'm gonna go with what I think is like the new up and comer and already pretty diesel on the scene, and obviously already has ties to like great franchises. That's HBO Max. I think HBO Max is going to be a very good blend. I think Netflix has gone a little.
Their
bit
movies stink.
Netflix?
No,
or HBO Max?
HBO Max.
See, I think HBO Max is going to have.
I went through their comedies the other day, and I was just like, "There's really
Yeah.
nothing in here."
I was going to say the opposite. I feel like they had good movies.
Like
I use these streaming. I don't really watch movies very often. I watch TV shows more.
yeah.
And they have access to like. They also have good shit. Like I don't know why this is, but maybe it's just all under one big umbrella. But like Snowpiercer is on HBO Max, but that's on TNT on regular TV.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't know why. Maybe Turner owns all of it or whatever. So there's a couple things that are like actually on different channels, but then are on HBO Max. So they've got like a wide. They have a lot of networks like that compile all their shit. So I'm gonna go HBO Max.
HBO Max is a good choice. I'm gonna go, and this one is a crazy one because I know. Nah, I'm not gonna go with it in my pocket. I was gonna go with something with an H. I might still. Hulu had what I think is one of the more delightful movies I watched this year, and Palm Springs. I love.
It's a
Palm
great movie.
Springs. Palm Springs is really.
That's
really
so
good.
up your alley specifically. It's a
Yeah.
great movie, but I remember watching that being like, John's gonna love.
Yeah,
this.
I had multiple people reach out to me, being like, "You
What's
should
the
watch."
girl's name of that?
I forget.
Love her.
Love her.
I love her.
It's
she's the
Allison
girl
Brie,
from-
isn't it?
Is it? She's the girl from How I Met Your Mother. She plays the mother in How I Met Your Mother. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. She got Allison Brie eyes.
She's very dry and like.
Yeah, she's very
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But
So Hulu? Hulu's the pick.
I think Hulu's the pick. I've been watching a lot of Modern Family lately, so that also would be a lot of time spent on the Hulu app. So, yeah, and Hulu is number 2. Hulu's interface sucks.
That was going to be my critique of it.
It's a terrible interface,
Yeah.
but it does have. I don't know if it deserves to be number 2. It's got one good
I was
movie
gonna
and a
say,
show
so
I'm
the thing
currently
is-
watching.
The thing about all of these things is they all have like one good thing you need, and then it's like if you start to really, and that's why Netflix still is king because
Actually, no, because Hulu's never mind. Hulu actually doesn't get the love it should. In fact, Hulu's got 30 Rock, Always Sunny.
So you know what? You're
Modern
big
Family.
on the rewatch, and that it depends on what you're going in for. If you're going in for new shit or the rewatch,
Yeah, Seinfeld.
because that's where I think I'm going to go with for my second pick. I think this is going to be early, but I'm going to be upset if I don't get it. And I think you are actually I could draft anybody else in the world, and I think I could take this 5th overall. And I think I have to take it early with you because I think you're one of the only other people who really appreciates it. And I'm going to take Apple TV.
Oh,
I think Apple TV. I couldn't take it number 1.
I honestly
because,
forgot it existed.
Oh, I'm surprised because Mythic Quest,
Right.
Ted Lasso. I like The Morning Show. I love For All Mankind. I fucked with the M. Night Shyamalan thing, Servant, a little bit, and we both watched that Aaron Paul thing that sucked, but it was but it had like it I think it came in with a bang. I thought it was awesome in the beginning, and then because I really like For All Mankind, Morning Show, and Mythic Quest. To me, if you have like 3 shows that I will be excited about when they keep coming out, that's a big
most
fucking
networks
deal.
don't have that.
Yeah, most networks
have one.
Absolutely. And they've got a Leo and Scorsese movie coming, and something else
On Apple TV.
Yes, they have they have some movies coming out that are like heavy hitter shit. Our guy Kroll, because I said that, and of course was getting like some heat. People being like, "No, that's a bad pick," and he was like, "They've got the future is like bright for," and that's another thing too. Is like that's like Apple's gonna. They're not gonna lose out too much. You know what I mean? They're gonna have. I don't know why. The Twitter search is just a disaster.
It's so bad.
You know, it's like it's giving me every other interaction except for what I want. It's just crazy.
When did you do this?
When did I do what?
Like you said, you picked it already. And he said
Just recently because For All Mankind season 2 came out just like the other day.
Oh.
Okay, so I think this is it here. Yeah. So he said, don't forget about the Band of Brothers sequel is going to be on Apple TV. There's
How the fuck HBO do that?
Apple did that.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Why
like,
didn't HBO?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Leo and Marty's next movie are coming on there. Ridley Scott and Joaquin Phoenix are going to do a Napoleon movie, and the Russo brothers have a movie with Tom Holland coming. So the Apple TV future is very bright, and also has 3 to 4, maybe 4.5. Oh, and it had that Chris Evans. That had a bad ending, but
show, yeah.
Defending Jacob.
Defending Jacob.
So like it's had like 4 or 5 shows that I've watched start to finish, a season or multiple seasons that I thought were like really good. So I mean, really, when I make that case, Mythic Quest, Morning Show, and I'll leave the ones off that I specifically watch. But even if it's like Ted Lasso, smash hit, Mythic Quest was big, and Morning Show, it's like 3 series that are going to keep going on for a long time.
That's
for what, like $10 a month?
It's a very strong choice.
Fuck the Apple TV haters.
Yeah. All right, 3. I will go. I don't know what I watch the most. I guess 3. I'm gonna have to go Peacock, which is
The Office.
No, but I've never watched The Office on Peacock.
Really?
Once it left Netflix, I was kind of like, whatever. But it is a good. NBC has a lot of good shows. And it is also Premier League soccer. Premier League, you have Premier League soccer in your back pocket.
Okay.
You're gonna do pretty good.
That's true, but you just fucked yourself.
Why?
Because you didn't take Disney Plus.
Ah, bitch.
Yeah. And now I've got all like the Marvel shit. And all
Yeah.
that. So
Fuck off.
you fucked yourself.
Fuck.
But soccer is a big pull. If you're a soccer fan, you're gonna have to watch that. That was not Peacock wouldn't even be in like my top 20 because I don't care about that. But yeah, Disney Plus is gonna have all of the WandaVisions and Mandalorians. What's the next one coming out with
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes, but what's the one that
Loki?
the Mandalorian actor is doing next?
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, isn't he doing another series? Is that on Disney Plus too?
I don't know.
I think he's taking a break from Mandalorian to do this other thing.
Oh,
I mean, I know he's doing that. I don't know
He
if it's on
definitely
Disney
is
Plus or
doing
not.
that.
I'm
I
hoping
don't
it
know if
is.
it's on Disney Plus.
But yeah, Disney Plus is the
Dude,
choice.
We were watching WandaVision the other day, and it's the most recent episode. It's not a spoiler, it's how the episode starts. But I just really think we as a society don't talk about enough the fact that
The witches
we used to just light women on fire.
eradicated them. Yeah, yeah. We just took chicks and gave them an impossible question to test to pass. You know, right? Because it was, are you a witch? And if you said yes, we threw you in the water. Be like, you're a witch. You'll be able to like float or like
Right.
that was the test, right? We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
throw you in the fucking water, and like with a stone tied to you.
Yeah.
And if like you're a witch, if you're not a witch, you drown. And if you are a witch, we burn you. It was like either way, you're fucking
Dude,
dead.
like, if a woman was like, I don't know, capable, we were like,
Witchcraft.
light her on fire.
Yeah, black magic.
Like, that's crazy.
I know.
As a society, like it wasn't like people were sneaking around in the dead of night doing it. They were having meetings about it.
I wonder what
and then,
I would love.
they had ample time to go. We might be acting a little crazy here, and they just never did.
And the women couldn't stop. I'm sure girls were like, "Can we stop this?" And it was like, "Nah, we're the guy." I would love to. Every time
That's a good idea. Light her on fire. Witch.
before anybody else talks to her, kill her. I feel like anything I've seen about like the witch trials have been like witch related movies and things where like witches existed. I want to see like a movie or a documentary that's like just a real life approach to it. Just to hear like, just how fucked up it was.
Just how women would go around
like,
just acting stupid so they didn't get lit on fire.
Yeah, I don't know how to read.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do I change a tire? Someone save me.
Change a tire. Yeah, the witches in the 1400s.
I think it's 1600s, but yeah. I think the Model T was out by then. All I can do is cook and clean and fuck my husband.
I was gonna say if someone was ever like, "You're a witch, I'm setting you on fire," I would just be like, "I will fuck you." Right? These witches, these girls who got burned at the stake should have just done some more fucking. Like that guy won't burn you alive if you bang him, right? That's a surefire way to get away with that one.
Just like calling up the mayor and be like, "Mayor, we got another one." Make sure you reserve the town hall today because we're gonna have to light another one on fire. She was doing math.
Could you imagine some girl being like, she's like, I could see some girl like on the farm being like, like we got 2 eggs, we need 4, we need 2 more eggs. Oh fuck! Burn her! She knows how to add the eggs. Burn her! I mean 3 eggs. 3 plus 2 is 4, right? All right. What's your third pick? This is now, Nick. 4th pick. 4th pick for John. Yeah, if you pull up a list, there's a couple more. I was hoping. I think you're gonna take my pick now when you pull up your list.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Prime.
Yeah. Prime is great because it's just like Amazon can and will and is taking over the world. So like, there's a chance that like Prime might end up being the only service.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just do it all, and they have good thing about that's good about. I should have taken Amazon Prime earlier. Because they have good originals. Like they're putting in work where they're like buying up original people and shit.
This is completely it's not completely off topic. So I was looking at stocks the other day, and it's so frustrating that everyone thinks everyone at Barstool is now, because Dave trades stocks, everyone at Barstool is now a trade expert.
The whole internet too. It's not just Barstool. It's like everybody.
But it's very frustrating. Yeah. But this is just like, I'm not about to offer stock advice. Why? Like, how do stock prices happen? Like, is it related?
I know that I'm not going to know this answer, and I know it's actually a valid question when you explain it. But the phrasing of how works stock in finance happen is very funny.
I asked someone who works in finance this weekend. They're like, you know what? It's a great question. I'm like, no one's ever asked you that. Like, how is General Electric
makes the number? Like,
is it because like there are more shares available, so they're not allowed? Like, I mean, like, why is General Electric $13?
Yeah,
and Barstool Sports is
right.
What, 110 or something like that? Probably.
Right, and like, I mean, I think Berkshire Hathaway is like $150,000 a share to buy into
really
Buffett's. Yeah, it's like 6 figures,
dude. Like
I think that's just like a supply and demand thing. Yeah, like a number of shares available versus.
Because I remember talking to my dad the other day, and he's like, yeah, like pretty good day for me. You know, our stock price jumped from like up to like $1,400, and I was like, wait. You shouldn't be bigger than us, and we shouldn't be better than General Electric. But this doesn't make any sense.
But it is. But yes, I know what you mean. Like, and I think Amazon at one point over the summer was like $2,700. Oh no. Well, at one point, I'm pretty sure at one point it was trading at like 2,000. But it's I mean, I don't get who decides that, why, how. But that's why it doesn't really matter. That's why Dogecoin can be a fraction of a penny. But if it as long as it triples, your money triples. It doesn't fucking matter what that number is, as long as
Berkshire Hathaway is only $250.
$250?
Yeah. Oh,
no.
Penn's a lot right now.
I think there's also like Berkshire Hathaway, like A and B or something like that, though. There's something to do with Berkshire. That's
like Barstool Sports it's not Barstool, it's Penn, but like we're trading higher than Starbucks.
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
This reminds me of the blood alcohol content on Friday Night Pints. Oh, if you haven't watched or listened to Friday Night Pints with Shane Gillis this week, you have to go. I mean, Shane Gillis. I said this.
We are about what Apple is. The system's wrong. The
stocks have gone bad.
We are $1 less than Apple. someone should investigate that. Like if that this should be the Big Short too. Like, Barstool Sports is worth what?
You can own.
We gotta burn it down.
Yeah. When we were all trying to figure out how blood alcohol content works, which by the way, I think I figured it out. That. Like, so that 0.77, when we were like, that's like, you would be like 77% out blood. It's already percentage. It's already 0.77%. Like, when you do 0.77 over 100, you're like turning it into a percentage, whereas this is just already a percentage. So it's 0.77% on the way to being 1%.
I don't think you're right. I also didn't really pay attention. One's numbers. I don't want you to think I'm a witch.
John is like a hot girl. Like, you know, like hot girls just don't do math. You know, like if you can do math, you're not hot. You know what I mean? Hot chicks math just doesn't compute.
Dude, I don't even like when I pay for dinner almost exclusively, and it's like. I just make people pay the bill. I'm like, I'm not gonna do math. I paid for this. You do it.
I pay you right.
I just slide it over and go, give a good tip.
All right, my pick. This is where you get into the nitty gritty here. I'm going to go with YouTube TV because there's something on there. There's something good on YouTube TV. I remember that. And I feel like that's another thing. You can get the sports on there. And there was a couple like comedy specials on there. I feel like YouTube TV is not as much of an originals as it is just like a good streaming service for like all your live TV needs. But if you want to do live TV, if you want to cut the cord and you're still one of those people who watches channels at times, YouTube TV is like the answer. It's like the best answer for trying to actually have television like through the internet. 5 pick is tough. While you're looking, I can keep going.
Okay.
Whose dick did Voodoo suck to get on my Roku remote? It's like Netflix, Hulu, and then Voodoo as like a hotkey. You know,
wait,
like
yours
bam.
is Netflix? Yeah, no,
Yes.
I think mine's Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus.
Yeah,
and Voodoo.
Mine is Voodoo. Like, who the fuck uses that? Let alone it's on my remote. Like when I accidentally hit that button.
Why do all the channel names have to sound like just fucking stupid fucking names?
Yeah.
Like is there
Voodoo,
like
Fubo, Tubi?
They're all just why you just sound like an asshole?
They're all dumb. But that to me, like Roku must own that, right? Roku and Voodoo, because it's
they
like
must.
Like,
So
my old TV has that, but my new TV they kicked it for Disney Plus.
yeah, I guess I got the older version. I'll like lean on it, like sit on it, and then it's like bloop. I hear that little Roku bloop, and it goes to Voodoo.
I think
I'm like,
it's just movies though.
I couldn't tell you because
Yeah,
anytime
so,
I've
like,
gone to it, I'm like, no, get off my screen, Voodoo.
I just went to it right now and like
It probably turns out that Voodoo's like
it's
awesome.
Batman,
right?
Songbird, Tenet,
Yeah. Imagine if Voodoo was like the best like way to watch movies on the internet.
News of the World, Promising Young Woman. I think it's just.
You get to buy them though? Or
I would
like,
guess you was a rental,
yeah. So I guess if you want it, but whatever. What's your pick?
I'll go Voodoo.
Voodoo?
I clearly don't use it very often, but I'm like looking at that.
It's on the remote for a
I
reason.
could watch some of these movies. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to round it out. I think I am gonna go. It's gonna be called Paramount Plus, but I'm gonna go. It's CBS All Access right now. That's what you said. And
Right.
Paramount's it'll have Yellowstone. CBS All Access. I remember I was so gassed up. They did I was a big nerd who liked Star Trek: The Next Generation with
Picard.
Patrick Stewart, and I was like, I can't fucking wait for this. And then they were like, it's on CBS All Access. You have to pay $6 a month. And I was like, fuck that.
Dude,
I didn't like it enough for that. But
when
if it's down to my last pick and I can get Picard's series and I can get Yellowstone, and I think that is one that's going to be bigger.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have they have all CBS stuff. I think it's going to have MTV and Nickelodeon and BET and all this shit from like the past.
No, that's
So-
a different one.
You sure?
Yeah, because I honestly, like, I was just looking them up.
Yeah?
That's another stupid fucking name, but
I think that Paramount Plus is going to be part of that. And Paramount Spike. Ooh, if I can get Slam Ball and Most Extreme Elimination Challenge and all those things from Spike TV, that might be bumped up to like my first pick. I'm just going to go home and watch Slam Ball episodes. Fuck yeah.
Pluto TV is Comedy Central, BET, MTV.
Pluto, Voodoo, Fubo, Tubo, TB, fuck you.
Tubi.
I'm gonna create a streaming service called Fuck You. FUKU. Fuck you. Pay me for shows you're not even gonna fucking watch.
When you brought up the obstacle that it would be to watch Picard, it reminded me of something that happened 35 seconds ago. We always say that obstacles really get in the way. And I'm like,
they're obstacles.
Never mind, I'm not doing it. Like just the slightest obstacle, I go, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I just went to the bathroom. I didn't pee because I'm wearing boxers without a hole in them, and I was just like, I'm not gonna unbuckle the belt and everything. I'll just hold it.
That is an astoundingly low level of determination. like a bodily function that's going to make you uncomfortable for the next 30 minutes. Yeah. All because you just didn't want to.
I got in there. I pulled my flight out.
But I'm with you. Bam. But I'm with you. It's like, those are just crazy.
I pulled it. I went, wait.
Those are crazy.
Nope, there's not. Nah, fuck it.
I mean, that's like when I have the button fly boxers. It's like, on the pants.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to the bathroom. That's like when a girl wears a romper and it's like she's got to get naked in the bathroom. And like, tonight, I do not pee.
If I ever had to wear rompers to be fashionable, I would.
Do you remember that?
I would be covered in piss.
Do you remember the moment? There was a brief moment of romp hims. Romp him. Yeah. You put that on. I was like, this is not catching on.
Yeah.
Because you know what it does? It makes your dick and balls go to one side. You know.
I didn't have
junk
the
hanging
legs
to the
for
left.
it. It was like once then McAfee tried it on, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, well, maybe he could do it.
He had legs.
That was the one time we did. You could see our dick and balls, not the spandex, but the fucking romp him. All right, voicemails.
It might be a dumb question, but do you guys literally just?
Can you say it?
Yeah.
Do you guys literally just it's in both the holes?
Huh?
You just stick when you pee.
You pull it out through both holes.
Wait,
pull it out the holes through the hole of the boxer and the holes of the jeans.
Yeah. Oh.
Right? Is that what you're asking?
Is that what you're asking?
When I'm saying it out loud, it sounds like a little dumber. When I say it.
Are you asking like some people?
He doesn't do it. Yeah. He doesn't do it.
So do you're saying do you pull down your pants but then poke through the hole, or do you poke all the way through both holes?
I didn't realize you guys just like loop it through both holes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I used to unbutton and pull down and just pull the boxers underneath and put my dick and balls on top of them. And then
it is like a very common debate where it's like,
do you go
over the fence or through?
I don't know why it's so funny to think about you just
both holes. It's like, well, you got to go. You do have to go through both one way. You got to go over or through both of them, or else you're just peeing in your underwear.
Dig in,
Yeah, no. Well, especially when it's got the now they're getting to the popular the quick draw fly, the in and out. But when you got to snake it through, it's a whole thing.
The serpentine trap.
The whole thing. Voicemails today are brought to you by Proactive. Guys, girls, everybody alike. We all got to make sure we have nice skin. You don't want to have acne. You don't want to have pimples. And especially as an adult, it's one thing when you go through it as a teen. It's just like a rite of passage, coming of age. That's all going to clean up eventually. But when you're an adult and it hasn't cleared up and you have acne and you got to go to business meetings and you got to go on dates and you have special events and you don't have acne on your wedding day. I mean, crazy things that as an adult, it just can ruin your time and ruin your life and your confidence and your happiness. So Proactive is the best way to fight that adult acne. It combines gentle skincare with clinically proven acne techniques that your doctor has approved. Dermatologists tested and approved to make sure that your skin is as clear as can be. I mean, if I had adult acne, I wouldn't leave the house,
I'd get
and it
Proactive.
hurts, it's like it gives you pock marks and
is it cystic fibrosis?
No, definitely not that.
Cystic acne though. Cystic acne.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like, it's leaving scars and scabs and it's terrible. And some of the other solutions when we were growing up would make your skin dry and you would be your skin your lips would be falling apart and you'd be going crazy. Not Proactive. It's got the most gentle skincare solutions available in 3 different systems. There's the Proactive Solution, which is suitable for all skin types. Anybody can use that and benefit from it. The Proactive Plus, which is for the sensitive types who have some bad acne. And then the Proactive MD, which is the prescription strength for the really tough acne cases. So get involved with any of those three to make sure that your skin is as clear as can be and you're as happy and confident as you deserve to be. Right now, it's a great time to try Proactive. For the KFC Radio listeners, you get a special limited time offer by going to proactive.com/KFC Radio. That's Proactive, PROACTIV.com/KFC Radio. Subscribe today and you will get the Proactive Hydrating Duo as a free gift, which is 4 hydrogel masks. I love a good mask, man. I love a good mask, especially the ones that like dry and like grab on and then you rip it off and it pulls out all the shit. Love it. And the green tea moisturizer, which I also love a good green tea. Green tea moisturizer, green tea scents, green tea.
I used to use
How about just straight up actually green tea?
I used basically all childhood growing up. I did Paul Mitchell green tea shampoo.
It's amazing.
It was unbelievable.
You ever have one of those?
No,
you ever
it
use one of
wasn't
those
green tea.
rollers?
It was something. It was a green bottle at least.
You ever use one of those green rollers?
No, I don't like
You put them in the freezer and you rub it on.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
nice and
like
cold.
that.
Oh, what are you, a pussy?
Yeah, it's just too cold. I don't care for it.
I mean, pain is beauty, babe. Beauty is pain.
There's no way it does anything.
Yeah, probably not.
Like, I'm just rolling ice on my face.
I have a feeling that like 90% of girls like makeup and creams and lotions and serums don't do anything.
It can't possibly.
When they're like dermatologist proven to take like years off your life, I'm like, that's just lotion, bro. Visit proactive.com/KFC Radio. Take advantage of the special offer now. That's proactive.com/KFC Radio. Boys,
By the way, when we were doing the cystic thing, when I was being wrong moments ago, what is the illness that feels like you're on fire?
I think MS, multiple sclerosis.
Is it MS?
I don't know. Maybe cystic fibrosis.
No, I don't think it's cystic fibrosis, but I think it's something like that. Can you imagine just like growing up before that was ever described?
Disaster.
Fibromyalgia? No.
That's fake, though.
Is fibromyalgia?
That's fake. I got a crazy aunt who says she has that. It's fake.
Dude, but like imagine like see this is what I'm talking about. You're like, I feel like I'm on fire. And they're like,
shut
"Wait."
up.
They're like, you look fine. Like you're not, so
mean,
just chill. Like
that's the same
it
shit
feels like my limbs are fucking burning from the inside. Like, I don't know about that.
That's the same shit with the mental health stuff. We're not going to go on a whole mental health road, but when it's just like, my brain is telling me to like kill itself all the time. You're like, just pull it together. Just tell it to stop. I can't. All right, let's go.
What's up, guys? First time, long time. Been listening back to some old KFC radios and was listening to the ones with Raina, where she was talking about the text chain that she had with the rest of the group from Parks and Rec. It got me thinking. Also, I listen to Lights Camera Barstool a lot, and they always are talking about their group chats. I was wondering, what do you think would be some of the best group chats to be a part of or just be a fly on the wall of? I was thinking like Leo, Brad Pitt, maybe some other people. I don't know, but just curious what your thoughts are.
The best group
right,
chat
Diva.
available. I mean, you gotta think long and hard. I bet you there are people who think like our group chat would be cool, and it's not. It's just business stuff. It's just like timing and schedules. So if you could tell me that like if we're saying like this is like they're friendly, I guess that's why you got to pick like his choice of like if you had Clooney, Pitt, and
That's a great one.
because they're not really talking business. Anytime they did talk to each other, they'd be like, talking about like experience they had, So
Did I tell it on this podcast, by the way? The Brad Pitt, the George Clooney prank? It's one of my all-time favorite pranks.
yes, you told it to me, but I don't think you said it on the podcast.
I don't think I said it on the show either.
No, yeah.
At one point when I forget what they were, what must have been one of the Ocean's movies, Clooney went into Brad Pitt's trailer, I believe. Maybe it was his house, I don't know. Stole his stationery
With the letterhead on it, right?
with from the desk of Brad Pitt, and then sent a letter to Meryl Streep offering her acting lessons. And he just never, and he never told either of them for years. Like it wasn't until I forget what wedding they were at. They were both at someone's wedding, Clooney and Meryl Streep, and he finally told her like years later.
It was probably Clooney's wedding, right? Why would they both be there? It's a diesel wedding. To have,
Like for years, like she was like, this motherfucker
fucking Brad
Pitt? Dude, like
that's unbelievable. That's so good and then like so unbelievable to be like a prank. That was such a casual prank that he didn't want to like the best part of the prank is being like, it was me.
Yeah.
For him to do that and like not cash in on it until years later is amazing. How about that story that was in GQ or no, it was a tweet thread. That guy who bled all over Clooney's couch. Did you ever read that? It was awesome. It was maybe my favorite Twitter thread, like as far as storytelling goes, except for Zoila the whore.
Yeah.
This guy got a chance to interview Clooney.
Did that movie ever come out?
I don't think so. That's a good call.
It was definitely like
that's gonna be if it ever comes out. That and the GameStop movie is gonna be so bad. It's like, hey, let's take these these things that were mildly interesting on the internet for a few days and turn.
But
into a movie.
Zola has a trailer or at least a teaser.
Oh, did it? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
There's a teaser of it.
It says 2020. Hold on. Let me look.
Maybe it did. Who was in it? Anybody famous?
No. It was a Sundance. I think it did well at Sundance. I think it's a
Really?
good movie.
Is it loosely based, or it's like because like if you just took the idea of like two chicks down and out on their luck, who blah blah blah, but if they just wasn't just like fucking dudes and robbing people or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how much? I don't know.
It's just Spring Breakers too.
Yeah, right.
It's released in Canada and Japan. It'll be out this year on June 30th.
Okay.
All right. This story was like this
Does
dude.
it have good reviews? Am I right about that?
I'm on Wiki, so. Not saying
Guy, I think he worked for GQ. Got a chance to interview George Clooney like at his house in Mexico, like I think the one where they like made all the tequila and shit. And he got like the interview was at his home, and he invited him in. And
Not great
Like
reviews.
the day
Not bad.
before the week before he had surgery, he like tore up his shoulder or something like that. So he's on painkillers, and he said he was like fucked up on Vicodin. I think he had like. There's more to the story about why he was so fucked up. It wasn't just like I had some painkillers. He had drank the night before or drank unknowingly mixed, whatever it was. He said he's like at George Clooney's house and he's like, oh fuck, like I am rocked.
This is the reporter who did this?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he sits like Clooney's like, come on in, like sit on my couch. And he's conducting the interview and he's doing his best to like hold it together. At one point he's like, can I go to the bathroom? And he gets up and goes to the bathroom. And I think it was like his elbow that he had surgery on, and he popped the stitches. And he realizes he's like got blood like all over him. And he gets back to the interview and he realizes he's bled all over Clooney's couch. So he like grabs a cushion and like covers it and like gets through the rest of the interview and then just leaves. And he's like,
what?
And he was like, I like don't know what's gonna happen next. Like I like ruined George Clooney's couch with my blood, which is probably like, you know, $20,000 couch or something like that. And he was like, he's like, never heard a word about it. Nobody ever said anything to me. Like, he didn't contact me. He didn't contact GQ or whatever magazine it was for. He was just like, never heard a word about it. And I can't remember if he said this or if this was about the blog that I wrote, which is what I hope that Clooney was like, kind of like, was that me last night?
Yeah.
Was that Leo? Was that Brad? Was that reporter was here? I don't know. Like, hey, like my housekeeper, throw this couch out and get a new one. You know, like, he probably rolled up like dead bodies in fucking carpet before. Like, get rid of this. I don't know. I love to think of it as just like that's just them's the breaks here in the Clooney house. That kind of shit happens sometimes.
If Clooney likes to drink as much as he says he likes to drink, he definitely was just
Seen
like,
some shit.
Like, that might have been me.
Right.
Like there are plenty of times I wake up and I'm like,
Could have been in a pool of blood.
I fucking flip the table upside down.
Love it. Anyway, so those guys, their group chat must be awesome. I would like to be on almost any group chat right now led by Jonah Hill. Like a Jonah Hill like led group chat. I bet you there's like a Jonah Hill, Shia LaBeouf, Machine Gun Kelly group chat. I bet you there's just something where like a few guys connected on like an awesome one that don't make sense but make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you guys have no business having connected, but you did one night and now, but you are also like, oh yeah, those guys would be good friends. Those guys would click, you know? I bet you there's a good like Machine Gun Kelly, Travis Barker, I don't know, someone else in that world.
Marilyn Manson.
He probably got that like
dude, the
Marilyn
Marilyn
has left
Man-
the conversation.
Yeah.
type thing.
The Marilyn Manson stuff, I always thought.
I mean, who would have thought? Who could have seen this coming?
But
John?
I actually thought like he was so dark and
Yeah.
evil that I and it's not like I personally thought. I just could have sworn I heard the rumor. Like
he's like
I
a
thought-
teddy bear. Like
It was actually like he was
yeah.
like the nicest guy in the
right.
world.
I
Clearly
could
that's not true,
see
but-
one or the other, where it's like one is like, yeah, like that is an act, or that's like one side of him, but the other side of him is so nice, or it's like, oh yeah, no, duh, that guy's like a masochistic freak,
Right?
But I don't know. His one wife was like, that's like not my experience with him. Like everything we did, I'm sure they do some kinky fucking, but I think she was like, it was all consensual, it was all good. Like he took care of me. So I mean, I don't know. There's like multiple stories varying, but I think just you abuse one person.
No, yeah. I mean, he could have been good to her and bad to the other one.
But I'm just saying it was like I'm
It was
surprised.
Brie Larson, right?
No.
Oh no, it was Westworld.
Yes, her.
Evan Rachel Wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she was young and shit. I mean, it was one of those things where it's like probably you weren't like. It was just a bad scene. But I also do feel like it's like, boy, who the fuck would bang Marilyn Manson at all?
Yeah.
Like that guy.
He's tall.
Terrifying.
He's
I know.
tall.
Girls are so dumb.
Yeah.
But he's tall. I can wear heels around him, so yeah, great. Go into the goddamn torture chamber. Next up.
Hey, what's up, boys? So, just quick hypothetical. Just for some context, I feel like a fight alert move is I've been living in the dark in my kitchen for like maybe a year. But the lights in my kitchen just don't work anymore.
Okay.
So when I especially get mad drunchies at like 2 a.m. when I'm fucked up and I just want to cook something, I'm literally cooking in the dark. And I have cut myself, burned myself, and many other things doing this, but just continue to deal with it.
I can understand the light bulb goes out, you don't change it.
Mm-hmm.
When he's at like living in the dark, I'm picturing him like
His bed was in there.
yeah, like he's like in a cave. When you get like midnight snack type munchies, do you cook?
No.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think we can agree that like if you roll out of bed, like you took an edible, you're high, or you just got whatever, you're just hungry. You're not like, let me get out the pots and pans, let me crack some eggs, let me start whipping up like an omelet. That's crazy.
No. But also, as someone who has cooked in the dark, I can offer you some salvation here.
I mean, there's an easy solution to this. What do you go on? But
Well, no, I want to know your easy one.
You just open the fridge.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You prop the fridge door.
You have a built-in flashlight.
Yeah.
You have a built-in lantern.
Yeah.
It's called the fridge.
My last apartment, there were definitely times when the light went out.
I do that for everything. You don't have to be cooking. It's like I want to pour a glass. I want to see the
Pop
selection.
the fridge door open.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost in my mind. Refrigerator. It's like one flashlight, 1A keeps things cold. To me, it's a giant light, and that'll never go out. Right?
You just take like a case of beer out of the fridge, put it on the ground, doors open, light.
Why do you put the beer on the ground?
Because then it gets wider.
What?
The fridge door is wider, so more light is coming out.
Your fridge door automatically closes?
My
My fridge door stays open.
the one in my old apartment, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't
Closes
know.
on itself?
Yeah, I don't.
have
know.
one that kind of
because it was so close to the wall, so like it would like
Oh,
you
hit the
couldn't
wall?
get past that line.
Got it.
Of like I'm sure. I think mine currently there's no wall right there, so I think I could open it.
And you
swing
have
it.
one of those big ones. You have like one of those square doors that open. I have like a skinny rectangle door that opens up,
Right.
and it has that like it opens this much and then it opens that much and stays all the way open. But I feel yes, if you need to prop it open, and then you have plenty of light.
Pretty easy.
Last voicemail of the day is brought to you by Sunday, not the day. We're talking about the lawn care company. Spring is just around the corner, and that means it's time to get your lawn on track. I remember when I owned a home, I moved in, and I quickly understood the idea of taking pride in like your home, your lawn's appearance. Because I remember being like, oh, I'm like the ugly house.
You got to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'm not going to like go all out, but I don't want it to be like beautiful, beautiful trash people. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, it's like, oh, fuck. So I can understand the idea of like, you got to get out there. You got to water the grass. You got to seed the grass. You got to grow this lawn. But I also do not know what I'm doing. So Sunday is the company you got to get down with. They use soil and climate data to create a tailored plan for your lawn. So you get the proper soil, you know where you are, what the climate's going to be, and they know exactly what your lawn needs and what it doesn't. It's made with ingredients that you can actually pronounce, not these like weird, like magical science words. This has seaweed, it has iron, it has molasses. So you know exactly what's going into your lawn.
Wouldn't have guessed molasses is necessary for good lawn.
Could not tell you at all what molasses is.
Syrup.
But like, I feel like, it's used as like food, but then it's used as like lawn care.
I did
and
not
then it's
know
used
it was used as lawn care.
Yeah. To me, like, is molasses like maple syrup? Like, is it in maple syrup?
I don't think so.
Molasses was important, bro.
Yeah, big problem in
time.
Boston.
Yeah.
Molasses factory exploded.
Oh.
Not about exploded, but there was definitely a molasses factory situation.
Yeah, we had that. We had that triangle. No, what was it called? There was like a shirt factory that blew up here in New York. I think it was.
It was
Anyway.
the Great Molasses Flood
Yikes.
in Boston. I think like a lot of people died,
Made a dark turn.
killing 21, injuring 150.
Was this on like the Industrial Revolution times?
Yeah, 1919.
Wow. Yikes. Anyway, molasses. It'll make your lawn grow really fucking green and big. You want to have that thick, nice, luscious green grass. And all you got to do is take the ready-to-use pouch, put on a garden hose, and spray. So it's one of those, like bottles that just screw onto your regular hose. You spray out the molasses and the iron and the seaweed and all the ingredients in this liquid that goes on, and it takes
People
your
were
lawn care.
diving into molasses to rescue people.
I don't know if I'd be doing that. Would you dive into molasses for me?
Yeah, I would.
I actually had a dream. I'm going to tell you about this one in a second. Hang on. Go to sunday.com/KFC. Get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. $20 off to grow a greener, more beautiful lawn this spring. Don't be a schlub. Don't be like the Beverly Hillbillies who come into town and ruin the block. Go to sunday.com/ go to getsunday.com/KFC. $20 off your custom lawn. That's getsunday.com/KFC. I looked at those. Remember that story I told about the Orbeez? I don't think I told it on this podcast. You know what Orbeez are?
No.
They are these little tiny pellets. I'm talking like look like pepper before you grind the pepper.
Okay.
And you put them in the tub and they grow to like anywhere from like a marble size to like a bouncy ball size. And they're like these gooey ball things that are just like fun for the tub for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered them off Amazon. I ordered a bunch of packs of them. And I just let them play with all of them. How many Orbeez do you think I put into my tub?
3,000.
55,000 Orbeez. 55,000 Orbeez. And it just like filled the bathtub. And then when they got out, I was like, wait a minute, how the fuck do I get rid of this? So I had to get the colander out and I like strained through and I poured them all into this bag. And there's actually a YouTube video of this guy who just opened the drain and like let them drain out, and they were popping up like the sewers of his block. Like,
I think I did hear that part. Okay.
He like fucked up his whole apartment building. He got like sued to pay for everything. Anyway, I now have this bag of Orbeez. Big, heavy fucking bag. And I started to think, if there was like a pool of Orbeez and you jumped into it, would you like drown in Orbeez?
Definitely could.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, if you like jumped into Orbeez and you were drowning, would I jump in after you? Because you remember that story? It was a famous old school Barstool blog about like dark shit. There were these people who, remember, they drown in like vats of like burning oil shit.
Yeah.
And like,
someone
the whole,
drowned in
the
tuna.
whole family.
Tuna vat.
Yes, I think it was the tuna.
Okay.
And I think like the son fell in, and like the mom jumped in to save him, and then the dad jumped in to save them, and then the daughter jumped in. Like the whole family just died because they were all trying to save. And I understand. I started to understand that looking at the Orbeez. I was like, if someone was in there dying, I don't know if I could just be like, good luck. But if I get in, I'm going to drown too.
Right.
You know? So if I was stuck in a vat of Orbeez drowning, would you jump in?
Yeah.
And you would just drown with me?
I mean, I'd try.
Like, would you be
I
like,
would do my best to avoid drowning.
Right. But would you be like, there's a 50-50 shot, I don't come out of this, but like I got to go try to save him.
I would have irrational confidence. I think I'd be like, I'm fine.
And then we would both drown.
Yeah.
It would be like, you'd find us just with a throat full of Orbeez. What a shitty way to go out. All right, last voicemail. Let's go.
What's up, KFC, Feits, Nick, Jackie? So I've been getting a lot into to the different podcasts that Barstool has, and I realized that lots of it is run by duos. So, there's two people hosting the podcast. And I was thinking in the Hunger Games, the districts pick two people to go fight in the games. And so if Barstool podcasts had their own Hunger Games and it was teams of two, and obviously KFC and Feits are a team, who would win out of all the duos and podcasts at Barstool, and what would your strategy be to win? Viva.
It's a true story, by the way. I remember talking to Erica about business plans and strategies and stuff. You can obviously make it on your own, and I think a lot of people, more in the comedian world where you're standalone, a lot of people do. But in our world, you kind of do need a partner in crime.
Yeah,
even like Troops could have done it alone, but he linked up with Za and just having someone to bounce off of. I think there's a reason.
I couldn't, if I did a solo podcast, an hour episode would be about 45 minutes of silence. Because I would just hit record and I would sit there until I thought of something. I can't you are good at just
babbling,
filling air.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just I'm out of things to say.
Wouldn't that be funny if that was a podcast and then you just had your viewers would place bets on what minute mark John talks? Be a good pen gambling thing. Just over under 36 minutes before John talks.
It would just be me scrolling Twitter,
going,
being this fucking guy.
Be a great episode.
People
a great entertainment.
Who? What guy?
You don't want to know.
It's the whole fucking thing.
It would take a long time to explain. We don't have enough time here. I think we have also had done variations of these questions, like Barstool Hunger Games. Been a few years since we've done it. I mean, it depends on what the challenge is. Hunger Games is pretty much physical survival. I'm not great at that. If there's some level of puzzle and intelligence, I might be of use. I'm of no use to you if we're just in the jungle fighting.
I would say obviously busting with the boys would be a tough one.
That'd be a tough one.
I don't know if Gillian Wallow can fight. Wallow, you give Wallow a gun, obviously. We're in trouble. That's what he went to jail for.
Facts. It's facts.
I don't know. I imagine if you're playing with guns, you can kind of fight too.
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna challenge us to a fight now because you said that. Just for the record, I don't want to fight Gillo and Wallow and Gilly. I think they could beat me up. You could probably beat them up. They could probably beat me up.
Dion's podcast. Dion's obviously pretty tough. He's pretty athletic.
I mean, PMT, Dan's big, and PFT is built like a fucking rock.
Yeah.
That picture of him with his broken nose.
His nose was really
that shit
broken.
was broken.
Yeah.
Whoever his doctors are, modern medicine is magical because I would have been oh, that dude's nose is fucked for life.
Yeah.
They just put it back. You know who scares me? Obviously not for physical fight, but because we got high trio.
I was gonna say because we got high.
I would not fuck with those girls.
Yeah.
Led by that psychopath Kelly. Rhea in the back, this Long Island bitch in a mass hole. You got like this wannabe diva bitch leading the mass hole and a Long Island girl. Watch out. They scare me.
Yeah, I mean, anytime we're talking about physical fighting or whatever, you'd have to worry about going deep.
Yes. I mean, monster.
Willie is
just monster.
Willie, dude, I was in the gym.
And he's Bowser.
Yeah.
He really is.
He literally looks like that picture of him putting. He literally looks like Bowser.
I feel like if the only way I could beat Willie is if I grabbed him from behind and I spun him around and threw him off of a fucking cliff. It's the only way to beat him. You have to throw him into exploding Mario 64 bombs. But yeah, those are the highlights there. Well, maybe tweet at us at KFC Radio. Let us know who you think the toughest Barstool duo or podcast is. Let's get into our interview now with Joel McHale. Good to get Joel back in the game. Joel is one of our favorites because he's kind of just an asshole like we are.
Yeah.
Looking good these days,
so
though.
hot, man.
He's always been a good-looking guy, but he's got that haircut now, shaved on the sides a little bit. Not all the way shaved, though, where you get into that dicey area. Short on the sides, nice flow on top. The fact that he's going to be 50 is fucking nuts. Yeah. He's like a male like J-Lo. You always talk about the Christy Brinkley's and the J-Los and the girls who are aging backwards. Joel McHale is a fucking, and he's actually tall. He's not one of those Hollywood midgets.
Yeah. He's a wild guy. He's talking about Battlestar Galactica on the episode. I feel like just the crossover back in the day of college football players and Battlestar Galactica fans was probably pretty small.
He's been married for 25 years, he says. If he wasn't, watch out. That guy would be doing numbers and a lot of them. Today's interview is brought to you by Upstart. You can lower your monthly payments on your debt and your credit cards right now, and that's the most important thing you have to do as an adult. What you do is you rack up this debt, and then it kills you. It just crushes you, and it weighs you down forever, and you don't know how to get out of it because you got to keep paying your other bills, and you keep using credit cards, and all of a sudden it's a snowball that's just blowing up, and you don't know what to do. And so what do? You just do nothing. You put it over here, and you don't check the balance, and you don't address it. You don't look at it at all. I can tell you right now, I've been trying. Is there a stoolie from the DMV in New York who can help me out? Please make it happen. I want to get my registration renewed, and I can't because there's some ticket that I have in Tuckahoe, and I just went to pay it online, and it says I can't pay it online because of scofflaw.
What's that?
Scofflaw is like, you've gotten too many goddamn tickets.
Really?
We need to punish you in person to like make you learn your lesson. But so I'm not doing that, obviously. And so I know for a fact that this is going to be like a $3,000 ticket because that's just how it works.
So are you driving a car without a registration anymore?
No, I got a different car that does have an up-to-date registration for the time being.
So instead of going to...
But go to Upstart. So I need a stoolie in the DMV, and if there's any stoolies from the NYPD, you didn't hear this. Go to Upstart, and you can consolidate all of your credit cards and your high-interest debt, all your personal expenses, all of that. You can consolidate it into an easy monthly payment that you're going to save a ton of money doing it and a ton of stress. Upstart finds smarter rates with trusted partners because they assess more than just your credit score. They look at what your job is, what your title is, how much money you make, everything else that goes into your personal finances, not just your credit score. Because sometimes you can be like a smart person with a good job and your credit score sucks for some stupid reason. It's like, well, there's more to it than just that one number. So unexpected expenses pop up, and you use your credit card, and then you get overwhelmed with the debt, and then you don't know how to manage it, and Upstart will take care of all of that for you with an easy way to get a loan to pay that all off. So consolidate it all into one spot, get a personal loan, pay it all off in one shot, and get out from under that debt. If debt is taking over your life, it's time for a fresh start with Upstart. Go to upstart.com/KFC, and you can lower your monthly payments today. That's upstart.com/KFC. Make sure you use that URL so we get the credit for it. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit score, your income, and certain other information provided during your loan application. Go to upstart.com/KFC. Man, you're looking good. I just saw an Instagram video of you with Anthony Anderson, and I was like, shit, he's looking good. But that was when you were like on, makeup and on camera and everything. This is just for a stupid Zoom with us, and you still look good.
I got the ring light, dude. The ring light changes everything.
Where is our ring light, actually?
It's somewhere.
I'm gonna look like an ugly asshole.
I can see the lighting is coming straight down on your head.
Awful. Like, look at that. That can't possibly look good for us. And yet we do have a ring light that is just not on. We use it other times, but not for our big show.
You have a ring light that's just sitting there not being used?
We just turned it on.
Yeah.
I don't think it does anything.
And it's like 20 feet away from us, so it's not going to do anything right now.
Yeah, the ring light, my ring light is maybe 3 feet away from that's how they work. You can't have, they're totally useless. That would be like someone
like a
going, it's
flashlight.
hot in this room. Yeah, and they would be like, it's hot in the room. Here, I have a hand fan. This should cool the room down. No, it's got to be right up close.
Especially when you need like a lot of work,
Yeah.
It's not. It can't work miracles, folks. It's still just a light.
I'm not a light away from looking.
No, we need a lot more work than that.
Oh, look at this. This is the best part of the ring light is that it goes, you can change the color, see the tone.
Yeah, you get there's like a little, almost like a blue hint to it.
Yeah, you can do the blue. This is not looking. You can go, it's warmer.
Oh, it is. It feels like you're on a beach now. Yeah.
Oh man, just heating up here. Yeah. Anyway, get the ring. You got to put that right over this camera, guys.
The thing about it is right now, what we can do is say, the lighting's not good. If we set the ring light up and you still look like a bag of shit, you're out of excuses. Now you're just an ugly person.
Well, you could just test it out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ring lights.
But here's the thing, Joel. It's all the way over there. It's so far away.
You know what?
There's a plug that we got. It's just a thing,
I get that. You guys got all dressed up for this interview, so I get it.
How about
you put that huge effort in?
We're channeling our inner Sudeikis from his acceptance speech last night. Did you see that?
I have not watched.
So he won a Golden Globe. And,
good for him.
And he was it looked like he had been indulging in some marijuana, but he was wearing just like a hoodie and just kind of hanging out, which I think everyone's kind of like, oh my God, isn't that like so wacky? I think it's way more weird to be dressed up in like a tuxedo to sit on your couch at home.
Yeah, I wonder because then, Joaquin Phoenix was in the studio and he wore like black jeans, a dress shirt, a tie, and then a sweatshirt and sneakers.
It's all mess.
Yeah.
It's all
So it was like he dressed like a manager at a movie theater in 1989. And I guess when you get to his level, you're like, I won the Oscars, so I can dress like this.
He's also one of those. Once he does something, people will be like, "What's the inner meaning of that? What's he?" It's like, I don't know, man. I want to put on the black.
That's one of the greatest scams of all time, when he just went quote unquote crazy. Yeah. And then it was just like, nah, never mind. I was doing a movie. And did anyone ever see that movie?
No, I never even.
I don't think there was a movie.
Yeah.
I think he just said that.
That's one of those ones. Yeah. If you got this thing going, like a bit where you're like, I'm crazy, I'm a different person, and then it doesn't do well, and then you're like, oh, now you look like just a weirdo.
Yeah.
Because nobody saw that thing. I just like when he's wearing like black jeans, which kind of look like suit pants, and then you put on the dress shirt, then the tie, then the sweatshirt. So I was like, you're making you either just go you either dress up or you wear a sweatshirt, but in between stuff looks like it's like you can see the effort, and you're trying to appear as if you're putting no effort into it,
which is the worst.
It's actually,
I think it's either effort or no effort. But to be like, look at me, this is just natural, and it's not, then you're the asshole.
Right, and that's more thought than somebody who puts on a tuxedo, because people, at that award ceremony go like, well, I have to wear a tuxedo.
That's crazy.
But
I know it's weird times and we don't know what to do, but if you're just sitting on your couch at home, to be in like a $5,000 suit or something is nuts. Because I actually think it would be more interesting if we did see what all you guys, I want to see you in, Eugene Levy's fucking, when he wears like pajamas.
I mean, Eugene Levy definitely that's just his clothes.
Yeah,
they didn't have a wardrobe on Schitt's Creek. That's just what. I'm sorry, not Eugene. Dan.
Yeah, I mean, those guys they're not acting. But yeah, I mean, I think Sudeikis was like the normal one out of the bunch, but I get it. You can't. It's Hollywood. You can't wear a sweatshirt. Oh my God.
The woman who won, the Korean woman that won, was the best show. She was just sitting at her desk in a t-shirt with, like ponytails, and I was like, there you go.
Love it.
You just won.
Celebrities, they're just like us. You have
not
been.
Really.
No, you're not. No, really not. You're definitely not, dude. Not even like remotely.
Come on, look at the ring light.
You have been busy, huh? Like in a year and a time.
I say no. I say no to nothing.
That's the way you got. You're like Shaq of Hollywood. Like, the general, sure.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
I'll do it. Whatever.
Yes, I mean, in a time where a lot of people are like not working or afraid or no business, you are putting in work, homie. It's good to see.
My philosophy was all the A-list celebrities saw this as a de facto vacation, and all the C and D and F'ers celebrities. We're picking up all the.
Now's the time.
All the crumbs. Just say yes. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll sell it. I'll sell anything. It's great.
Yeah, I feel like the best. I mean, the goal is to win your awards and do the craft and all that. But man, if I could land one of those like timeless commercial roles where you just do like 10 straight years of the same jingle and the same catchphrase and all that. Can you hear me now?
Progressive Insurance.
Yeah. I mean, that to me is the pinnacle of acting, is to become
It's nice for you to think that I'm just going after awards, because if that's the case, it's not going well. It's bad. It's failure.
That's great. What, you need more volume?
Yeah, I think it was like between Snoop and like Jamie Foxx and these guys that were like, when they're like, you can't do a game show, you're a movie or whatever it is. They're like, why can't I? And then they did, and then everyone was like, oh, we can do that. Oh, I'll do it. Everybody did.
Yeah, the game show thing I think is awesome. I mean, that to me is like everybody grew up watching them or still watches them today. Like everybody has a game show that they love or can relate to or whatever.
Yeah,
You
it's
get
a
to host
weird thing
ones.
because they're so popular, and for forever since they were made, it was always considered kind of like a second class. Like, oh, you're a game show,
Right.
You're doing that. Oh, well, we're doing, and then again, like Jamie Foxx came along and just like, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, and they're like, but you're an Oscar winner. Yeah, I don't care. I want it. It sounds fun.
These are stupid rules.
And then all the rules got erased. And even my publicist, that's right, my publicist. They were like, the rules have changed so much even since, like 15 years ago. If you had said an Oscar winner will be hosting a game show, people were like, oh, I don't think so. And now it's kind of like, now you need to go get your game show.
Mm-hmm. Well, even like the television movement in general, like when it was like if you do movies, you don't do the small screen, and now I think it's like the total opposite. If you can land a hit show or a big series, that's the dream.
I remember being completely floored when McConaughey did True Detective.
Right.
I was like, Matthew McConaughey's doing a TV show on HBO?
I think that was like kind of the turning point. It was Woody and McConaughey doing, and I mean, granted, it was HBO and still like, major budget and stuff, but that is, to me, right now, if you could be a part of like the big, best picture and you're like the leading man, or, you have a series that is the next Game of Thrones or something, what are you picking?
Oh, I'll say yes to everything. Yes. Yeah. No, I think the lines are totally blurred now, and that's a good thing because the quality has never been higher. Mm-hmm. And that like when cable, now it's like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, started coming on with the Mad Men and like Battlestar Galactica, all of a sudden people went, oh, they make television just as good or better than anybody. Mm-hmm. And like The Walking Dead is probably the greatest example of such a runaway hit and quality programming that it all flipped. And I think that is a good thing because it allowed for massive budgets for real stuff to get made and quality different scripts. So I can't. Now people are like, oh, network television is dead and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know. More people are watching now than ever.
Yeah, dead's an interesting way to put it. Yeah.
So they just miss it how it used to be. It's like, there's only 3 networks and we got 60 million people. And it's like, yeah, okay. But we don't have ice boxes anymore. We don't get ice deliveries.
Dude, they always say that like when they're trying to say how baseball's a dying sport. They're like, in the 1947 World Series, 68 million people watched. Like, it was the only thing on TV.
Only option.
They didn't have any other options.
Yeah.
People are still baseball fans. It's just there are more channels now.
Yeah.
It's also insane that your 2 great shows off the rip are Mad Men and Battlestar Galactica. Like those are your 2 frame of reference.
Those are. I was showing the diversity of the quality, my friend.
Battlestar Galactica is one of those shows people will like rip your face off. If you're a Battlestar Galactica fan and people talk badly about it, oh, Obama, watch out. They will kill you.
It's incredible. I love that show so much, and when it came on, I just thought, oh, this show was made specifically for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
nerd. What a nerd you are, Joel McHale. Yeah, fucking nerd.
You're a weird guy.
I'll kill you. I'll hate you. Yeah, I think the other one was like, I watched Spartacus Blood and Sand for every season it was on.
Mm-hmm.
And another one of those shows that out of nowhere just changed the landscape again. And I
knew a kid who wrote on that. He was he's like my age. Oh. We were coming up, and I think it was one of his first like real writing gigs. And I remember him talking about it, being like, I got this, it's on Stars. It's kind of this like weird little show. And then like, his whole life changed because of that. That was like his first, real gig. And it was, that's another big one.
It put Stars on the map, and not just being, kind of a second class movie channel. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, we're going to be great.
Right.
We're going to change overnight. And you think that's what AMC did. Same thing.
Yep.
Again, Mad Men and Walking Dead. Overnight, it was like American movie classics. Coming up next is a Gary Cooper romp that you haven't seen. And then it was like, we're We're changing.
Yeah, there
television.
are just no rules. I'm watching Snowpiercer on TNT. It's like, to me, that used to just be basketball and like cartoons and shit.
Law and Order.
Law and Order on repeat. And now,
Yeah.
you know, you can catch like good original programming. It's anybody who still plays by the rules is just like, you're just gonna get dusted, you know?
You guys watching The Boys on Amazon?
Oh yeah. Shit is amazing. So and that too, like the fact that, you know, quote unquote nerdy stuff between Marvel and Thrones and all, and the Battlestar Galactica type, like that's taken over. That's now mainstream. That's not like niche nerd. That's what's popular. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously Kevin Feige proved through Marvel that it's not just a bunch of it's comic books, but we are going to make them the most popular thing on the planet. And
you got to get in on that, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
the rundown that they put out of like the Marvel projects in the next, 2 years or whatever. I
think it's like 10. I think it was
it's long, but it's comical. It's so crazy. There's got to be some gigantically tall, lanky superhero fucking role for you, no?
You almost look too much like a superhero.
Yeah.
I think I'm 25 years too old to be one of their. I could be an aging. Well, I'm on a superhero show right now, so or I was last year, called Stargirl. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we interviewed you about it, and you're like, I'm not even really in it. So.
Yeah, you downplayed you asshole.
See what I did there? I led you in, and then boom. Come on, and then just like no.
I think at one point during the interview, like, I don't even know why I'm promoting this. I'm not even in this show. I was like, oh,
nobody promotes worse than Joel McHale. Your publicist that you speak of must hate you, because when you do these interviews, you're like, yeah, I don't care about promoting. Let's talk about you, weirdos. And you just start bothering John. You don't ever actually promote the shows you're on.
I use passive aggression to get people to watch what I'm in. They're like, see, wait, now I should watch it because he's not being,
Yeah, no, I do kind of like that. It works with me where it's like, all right, he's not jamming it down my throat, and he does seem like a cool guy. Let me check out what he's doing.
And if they're too effusive about it, they're like, maybe this is not good. And although I remember with Jamie Foxx, he was promoting Stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of like, yeah, it's a popcorn movie. It's fine. And I was like, wow.
Got right to the chase on that one, huh?
I was like, he did not really like that movie.
Those are the best movies. Popcorn movies are hands down the best movies.
Who were we talking to recently that said, like, they were saying that in a good way, where they were just like, yeah, man, it's just like made to, for people to enjoy.
Oh, it was fucking who was it? No,
Anthony Mackie did kind of say that.
It was Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, with Falcon Winter Soldier or whatever.
No, he was promoting the Netflix show. The Netflix movie.
Oh, and he was just like, it's just a good fucking time. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna like it, and really, that's kind of
lots
what
of
it's all
things
about.
go boom. Like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm down.
It does get a little annoying, or maybe it just gets too monotonous sometimes when people are like, "This was a really important project." Here we go.
You did it for money, right? Okay.
Yeah. And everybody knows the important ones. Like, there are certain ones where you're like, oh wow, they were saying some shit. There's a message.
Yeah.
And then there's like one or two of them like a year. Not everything is an important project. Like, shut up.
I remember seeing an interview with Humphrey Bogart. And they were asking him about not the.
This is from like 1923.
No, this is in the 1940 Casablanca. They asked him about Casablanca, and they were like, "Did you know that you were making such an important movie? That could you feel?" And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, it was kind of like it was the next one I was making, and I knew I was going to make like 3 more. So after that, I just did it, and I was like, "Yep, just doing his job."
Jordan Peele talks about that. He snuck into there was a class at UCLA, I think. And it was a class like based on the whole class was Get Out, and he snuck in and just sat in the back of the room and listened to them guess what images meant and what like symbolism there was in the movie. He's like, I was in the back of that theater like, no, I did not cut the bushes in a certain way at the house. Like, he's like, if you want to give me the credit for it, I'll take it, but I was not doing that.
That's funny.
Getting to that level is amazing.
Yeah, imagine if the kids turned around and saw him there, and
he was like, "You're all bullshit."
Yeah, you're all fucking wrong. I'm just doing my job. But once you get to that
or
level,
knowing the kids would have been there. They would have been like, "You're wrong, Mr. Peel."
So this movie and the last one last time we spoke, we were talking about Becky, and now we have Happily, and they both are a wild ride, man. I mean, this new one, I still don't really know what the fuck's going on based on the trailer. Like,
you do a lot of fucking in it.
A lot of fucking. That's got to be awkward, no?
There's a lot of simulated sex with a person who's not my wife. So
how does that go over at home?
Yeah.
Is it all professional?
Well, I
now?
let her know, and I'll be like, there's a lot of, it's not a surprise for her that I don't, hey, look at this. And so, I mean, she knew the script, or I was like, here's what happens. But the story is really good, I think. So that's why I'm not doing like 9.5 weeks or the next week, the sequel. But I was kind of like, it's a different take on, so I wouldn't say it's I didn't go to this movie going like it's a super sexy movie. It was about, the premise is that this married couple still has sex every single day and they don't think it's weird.
Wasn't it 25 times a day? Did I mishear that? I could have sworn he says that. When they show up,
you misheard that.
When they show up with the shots, I thought he's like, you guys have sex. Maybe you just have sex 25 times more often. I could have sworn there was a 25 in there. What? Every day is much better than 25 times a day. 25 times.
Don't give up this. Don't give up this argument.
From the man in the movie.
But I'm just saying that 25 times is too much. I'll say it.
The idea that it is like that far-fetched to be married and continue to have sex, I think is probably some commentary on how bad marriages can go sometimes, where it's like, you still sleep with your wife?
Yeah, if you don't work on the relationship, then you're not gonna reap the benefits. So I thought it was such an interesting take on it. We're like, it's about a married couple that really likes each other.
Right. The fact that
stop having fun. Yeah. And their their friends hate them for it. So and then of course Stephen Root shows up and we accidentally kill him, we think. We're not sure. And that's the kind of jumping off point because we think it's a prank. We think we've accidentally killed this guy. They were like, oh crap, our friends were playing a joke on us and we killed him. So we were trying to figure out how to get away with, murder.
Yeah.
And Carrie Bechet she's a dynamo of an actor. So I just hope I could keep up with her.
You always do this. You always you're so humble. Just shut the fuck up,
That's
Joel.
True. I don't know how I do it.
The scene where the one couple that was like, yeah, we hate you. We all fucking hate you.
I related to that.
Yeah, I think I think that the happy couple, as long as there's the happy couple and there's the happy couple who smashes it in your face all the time and they're posting the pictures and they're probably lying about how happy they are. That couple is annoying. But yeah, I think that anybody, especially if you are not happy and you are in one of those blah relationships, the people who are happy, it's like, man, who the fuck did they think they are? Where did they get off being happy with their lives? But that's how it goes, right?
I think that can obviously happen in real life. Obviously, this is a heightened version where everybody hates them. But yeah, I think when people do that, when they start resenting that is it's from your jealousy of not of something, you're not addressing something that's happening in your relationship. And but I like the whole thing because I've been married now, it'll be 25 years this summer.
What?
I got married when I was 2. And
25.
We've been married 25 years.
How fucking old are you?
Oh, I'm
71. How old do you think he is?
You
don't look.
I would have guessed you're
old.
mid 40s.
Are you? Is this just for men in the beard, or is that natural? You got a little gray there.
You mean did I place the hair? Yeah. No, I'm 49. So
wow, 50 though. He's not gonna look like he's 50 next year. That's when. Fuck.
No, HGH really helps. So,
I've been thinking about that, by the way.
Don't do it.
Why?
It's there's side effects, and
That's what you really did do, huh?
It grows You've done it?
No, I'm saying you clearly did. You're like, yeah. Why do you think I'm 9 feet tall?
I have learned, like when people are like, how do you stay in shape? I was like, oh right, you stay in shape by exercising every day.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
How do you look good? People always like, how do you like keep the? It was like, yeah, I just exercise. My goal is like 40 to an hour a day. 40 minutes to an hour.
Now I do hate you. Now I do hate you. Yeah, fuck you.
But
man.
you guys have time for you. You have a
Joel. We do podcasts.
Yeah,
we can't possibly have time on our hands.
Well, it sounds like a great idea for one of your next podcasts should be exercising for an hour during the podcast.
Yeah.
I have thought the only way I will continue to work out is if I make it work. Because I don't work out, but I am kind of a workaholic. So if I'm like, the next episode, I have to do some workouts or something. That's the only hope I have. Otherwise, zero willpower. Zero.
How old are you? Like 51?
I will be 36 in a week. Less than a week.
I'm so sorry. No, right. So you're still very young, and you're also about the same age.
I'm 32.
Damn. All right. You guys look great. No. You're still at that younger age.
You always do this to us.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Dear God.
I'm just gonna cover my face. I'll do the rest of the interview like this.
Feel very good. No. But you're at that younger age where you still don't, you could probably eat mostly what you want, but
we're turning the corner. Even, you know what has been a real low point for me? I wake up now in pain where I'm like, I've been like still for too long, and like my hands are like stiff and my knees are hurting. I'm like, just from laying down, dude, come on.
Yeah. If you're standing up and pulling muscles, then just getting out of a chair, you're like, then you need to.
I've noticed every time I get up, every time I sit down, it's like weird noises just from moving the body. It's not great, Joel.
Yeah, I used to have, I had a really bad lower back, and I was like 35 and going like, hold on, guys. And a trainer said, she was like, I was working on this movie, and she was like, I'll fix your back in a week. And I was like, and then she did. She goes like, you just need to strengthen your lower back muscles.
Yeah.
She's like, it's your lower back, right? And I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, your muscles are weak there. You need to strengthen them. I'm like, that makes way too much sense.
Right, I know.
And so then I've been working on that ever since, basically. And it is that stupid thing that use it or lose it, which sounds so stupid. But I'm like, if you don't work it out, then it just goes away.
Same thing with the sex life in a marriage. To tie it back to happily, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Exactly. So my wife and my wife is a big yoga person, but yes. So I'm always insecure that she's gonna like not find me attractive anymore. So I'm like,
I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure that's what's happening at home, Joel.
This is a stupid podcast. As a whole, for 7 years, it's been a dumb podcast. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard on the show.
Fuck this guy. Legitimately, you're like the supermodel girl who's like, I'm not pretty. It's like, fuck you.
Well, like many supermodels, the self-loathing is way up there.
That I can identify with. Yep, I get it.
Yeah, that carrot is always unreachable. So, when you look in the mirror, there's those moments you're like, look pretty good. And then you're like, it's over. So,
now imagine life where you don't have any of those first moments. It's always just the second thing. Imagine that.
It's over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would just be clinical depression.
Yep.
Bingo!
We have
a winner. And there's our weekly depression quota. Check that off. Yes, sir.
Bam! Yeah. I swear, if I get 8 hours or close to 8 hours, I usually get like 6.5. If I get a good 7 hours of sleep, I feel like I could take on the world. If I get 4.5, I was like, I'm ending my life today. This is not worth any. I was like, this is definitely not worth it.
We've been doing this thing, these Whoop bracelets. You wear it on your wrist, and it like tracks your sleep habits and your heart rate and your breathing rate, all this, everything. And when you see how unhealthy you are put into like numerical form.
Yeah, when
it's
they're
staggering.
like, here, we have analytics for how big a piece of shit you are.
Yeah, and
Like,
I'm like,
okay.
oh no, this thing's broken. It's not calibrated right. And they're like, no, it's.
Oh, I got a gift. Does it actually have like on your phone? Does it register like you're a piece of shit? Like,
it should. Honestly, that should.
It doesn't say it in so many words, but it's like you slept. Your recovery last night was 13%. And I was like, I had one time, it'll give you push notifications of like when you should go to bed. I had one time at 10 p.m. It said I should go to bed and sleep until 4 p.m. the next day.
And then you'll be ready to function. I did a thing today. So we're filming this video for work, and they wanted it to be like he's been working out a lot, and I have not been. So they wanted to do a funny bit with me where they showed my heart rate. So you're going to be working out, and your heart rate's going to be through the roof, and then I'm just sitting on my desk eating. My sitting heart rate was 103. I'm just sitting at my desk. I was like, I don't think this is going to be the comedic effect you guys expected. Maybe in a different way, but yeah. Not
does it monitor wine consumption?
Yeah, that's the problem too. I don't think it knows that you're like it's telling you to sleep till 4 p.m. because they don't know that you were like blacked out the night before.
Well, it's not like it does. You can answer it. Like, you can say like, oh, I had 7 drinks last night,
and then it's like,
they're like, oh, okay, never mind. It's a 70% recovery. You're doing much better than we thought.
Right.
Then the bracelet leaps off of your arm and jumps off a dock.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, I mean, you're a whiskey guy now, right? You're an official Maker's Mark model.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I
in the
sell
tub,
Maker's
man.
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had they made me delete the second post.
We were going to ask about that. Yeah.
Well, they were. People were like, was it too high? Because I was wearing underwear in it, but they were like, no, you can't. We don't want to show. I guess this is for a lot of alcohol companies where they're like, there's a lot of people that misuse alcohol in water situations, and we don't want people to think that. And I was like, it is a bubble bath. It doesn't fit me. I was like, that's fine. I took it down, but it was one of the my wife was like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, is this bad? And so
we filmed an alcohol commercial the other day, and I learned it was water in the glasses, although we ended up putting vodka in it because it took so long. But they were like, you can't drink on TV.
No, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So like you couldn't have a sip of it.
In general,
it is a weird thing. They're like, well, you can sell as much alcohol as you want, but you definitely can't drink it. And then I was just like, what do you think's happening to it?
Everyone just buys it and dumps it down the drain.
Is that just commercials or like any, like if you're filming a movie, like sometimes I'll see a scene where, guys are partying in a movie and I'm like, I wonder if maybe they just actually did have a couple drinks and like that was real. Is there never any drinking allowed on any sort of set?
Oh, well, no, I'm talking for
commercials only. Right. Okay.
And I don't know if that's got to be I don't know if that's the booze company or not, or I don't know. It could be on camera because I'm not sure, but it might be a combination of both. You can obviously drink on camera if you're in a show, but does
that happen a decent amount? Like, are
oh no, I'm talking about like in a scene you can pretend to drink. Obviously, you see that all the time.
Right.
It is. I don't know what the legality. I think you can drink. I don't know what the legal. I think it's got to be illegal if you're consuming in a public area.
Right. Where you. What was funny was doing.
Or maybe you know what? I don't know. It's if you're at a private company, like these production companies are all private.
We were. Doing
obviously, you hear about actors all the time drinking on camera, so or drinking just to help them to get the liquid courage. So. That I know that happens.
We were doing this commercial where it was like the idea was we have real paid actors who are commercial people, and then we were supposed to be like the Easter eggs in it. And so we have like 4 professionals who were just like drinking the water, and then we were all like, "There's no vodka in mine. Where's the vodka?" Like, you goddamn idiots! This is not allowed. You're not here to just get shit faced for our commercial.
Well, if that no, because if you start drinking. And you have a long day ahead of you, you could just fall asleep and be useless. Because I did the match game the first time I did the match game with Alec Baldwin hosting. They're like, we encourage you to it's a party, and they were like, there's a bar, and so they were like, what would you like in your cup? And they had really nice white wine. I'm like, I'll take the white wine. And then I realized I was there for like 3 shows. And like 3 glasses in by the beginning of the second show. And I'm like, oh, you need to slow down. You're going to get it. If you end up drinking 2 bottles of wine, you're an insane. Like, then I was like, what's going to happen? And it's, it's 1 in the afternoon. So I learned my lesson real quick. I was like, you cannot, because people are enjoying them. Like I've gone back to the show. I'm like, just,
take it easy.
Pace it out, maintain, do not don't get right there. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, what was the booze you guys were selling?
New Amsterdam vodka.
New Amsterdam vodka.
Barstool Sports.
Not the old Amsterdam. It's brand new.
There you go.
Good luck on defeating Ryan Reynolds.
When are you going to come out with your own? Everybody's got to have a liquor now, man. Or you know what you should
Joel
do?
McHale.
Do the weed. Seth Rogen just came out with his weed company. Weed is next, man. Joel McHale weed.
Whoa. Are you saying that Seth Rogen smokes weed?
Who knew? Who would have guessed? He said it's been 10 years in the making. I'm like, what took so long? Why did it take 10 years? Let's go.
It's aged. Yeah. It's aged. Wait. And he's a producer on The Boys.
That's right.
Oh, yeah? I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I go by Adam Carolla's model for weed. This is what he said in the 90s when he was on Loveline. He was like, if you're super smart, you can smoke a bunch of weed because it makes you average. If you're average, you can't smoke a bunch of weed because it makes you stupid. And I was like, oh yeah, can't smoke it.
And what if you're stupid? Then I feel like you can smoke weed because who cares if you're stupid or really stupid?
Yeah, forget it.
So let's go smoke some weed, John.
I drink enough wine that I was like, my wife was like, don't start doing that too, because then I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna have to buy a gigantic spatula and pry you off the floor at night. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. My problem is that I'll drink a glass of wine and it'll be 11:30. I'll be like, I can play Call of Duty for a little bit, and then
5 hours later.
Then 2 a.m. Then it's 2 a.m. And then I'm like, I'll be fine. And I'm yelling at no one. No one's awake. I'm yelling, I'll be fine.
Well, you seem to be doing fine, man. Work is good, and we always appreciate you coming through. So the new movie is happening.
God bless.
It looks like an absolute trip. So everyone
March 19th.
March 19th. Everyone go check it out, and we'll see you next time, brother.
Yeah, and watch Stargirl because I am on it this year.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Go download. Really, thanks you guys. Someday I'll be in studio again, and it'll be wonderful.
Please do, man.
We'll
Thanks
get the ring light ready.
Right? Yeah, guys, come on. Get on
up. All right, later.
All right, good to see you guys.
Have a good one. Bye. Little update for you, because 73% of you sons of bitches still are not subscribed. It used to be like 85% of people watching our videos.
I think it was 94.
At one point, it was 95. Yeah. Now we're down to 73, which is a good start. But I need that number to legitimately be like 95 people who watch, 95% are subscribed.
Yeah, you subscribe.
Like, I'll give you some people just show up and watch. But if you're watching our videos consistently, or if you even watch one video like a decent way through, just subscribe, because it doesn't affect your life at all. It affects ours so much and not yours. It makes your life easier. It makes your life better. It tells the algorithm stuff that you like, and it feeds you more YouTube videos that you're going to enjoy, and it helps us dramatically. Just do it.
Please.